Lords and ladies, welcome to Beyond the Source Wall, issue 17, Adios 2020. What is he saying, Django? He's like, but to you, I say goodbye. You know? That ultimate scene. Let's do.
Oh, yeah.
What's that guy's name? What's that actor's name? Who's that guy who plays the,
Extremely German.
Yeah, he killed
Christoph
it in...
Waltz.
Yeah. Man,
Yeah.
did you know he won he won like an Oscar for Inglorious and then won it for Django too for supporting actor. It's dope,
Hell
man.
yeah.
He should work
It's
with
dope.
Quentin forever.
Yeah, he just did a really good job in those. I never saw Tarzan because I know he's in Tarzan as like the, what's his name? The guy hunting Tarzan. But never saw it, so can't comment. Kind of hoped it would be Baller though, because he's Baller, and he's a good villain, so he might have made that movie. But yeah, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I'm your host. Fuck 2020. Bye bye. In with 2021. Let's go around the room and introduce everybody, and you can tell the people at home what you read or didn't read. Because for me, I didn't read. Crave, what's up, man? What's cracking?
Not a whole lot. Just being here like I always am. It's just nail biter this week.
Nice.
And you managed to finish it on time. It wasn't a rush for you to read your one issue.
No, not at all.
Is this a second series?
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah, they're keeping the volume numbers consistent. So this is like volume 7 and volume 8.
But okay. But okay, so is it just is it a second series though, just continuing the volumes, or is it literally just volume 8 is it, you know what I'm saying? Like, because wasn't there,
this is Nailbiter Returns, which is
yeah,
the second
Returns,
series.
right, okay,
Yeah.
that's what I was wondering. Cool, nice. Hell yeah. Shawnee boy, what about you?
Light week, what have I been reading? Had the new annual of Batman, number 5. I finished off Endless Winter, did some back reading. That was fun. That's pretty much been it. What else is there? I'm trying to see my list.
Endless Winter's events complete. It's done.
Yeah, it's done. Yeah.
Cool.
It was a fun series. Yeah. It was
how many? Event. How many was it?
9.
Oh.
Yeah, but it was a action-heavy event, but it did the story it told well.
Yeah, that's cool.
For that kind of story. So yeah, it was fun. It also had the last 52 death metal tie-in, which was uneven, to say the least. There were 1 or 2 stories in there I liked though.
Oh, it's a combination. It's an anthology or whatever.
Yeah. There was a Constantine story that I found quite funny, but yeah, I'll mention that a bit later.
Damn, man, fucking tie-ins. And then Ty, what's up, man?
What's up, guys? Sorry for not having the video on right now. I moved and I have got no internet connection, so I'm using my mobile hotspot.
All's good because you sound good, so that's, as long as we can, that's good.
Cool.
What have you been or not been reading?
Well, the move happened, so I actually was able to get a little bit of reading in yesterday. I was able to read. I had to switch over a subscription to a different shop over here, but interestingly, they do local delivery free of charge. So that was actually pretty convenient. Yeah.
That is cool.
Like
That's
they bagged and boarded everything for me, left it right outside my door. I was able to get the latest issue of Amazing Spider-Man. What the hell else did I get? A couple issues of Redneck that I was behind on. And I wasn't able to get that issue of Batman Annual number 5.
Oh, but
mostly it was that very good. Amazing. Oh, you know what? It was the new Black Hammer book that came out, Colonel Weird's Cosmogog, which is continuously still good. It's the artist from Harrow County on it.
Sounds cool.
Is my video frozen again? God damn it.
I think
that's okay.
It's a still frame.
You hold it well.
I don't look terrible in it. Let's see what.
So we got the bars of death, and then we've got a wolf with a watermelon. This is going to be a very good, very visually stimulating podcast.
What is wrong?
What was the name of that issue, Ty?
Oh, it's called Colonel Weird's Cosmogog. It's from the Black Hammer universe.
Yeah, that's a cool name. Cosmogog.
It's very, very cool. It's art by Tyler Crook. He's very, very talented. He's one of those guys that people should be keeping an eye out for. Jeff Lemire's writing it still. I'm really digging the Black Hammer universe stuff. So much so that I actually started building some of my Black Hammer collection.
Hell yeah. It does look cool when I
Hell
look
yeah.
at the Skullboy shit. I really do. I tried
It's-
to.
oh,
yeah,
man,
Black
I'm
Hammer's one of those
that.
things I do want to jump in on.
I think I tried to get number 1 and number 2, but the shop didn't have it. And then I looked, and I think they were pricey when I looked, and I was like, oh,
They can be.
yeah. So that's cool. That's a good thing, though. That's a plus.
Yeah.
You know, for the series. Let's see. So what do we want to do? Want to go into the news? That's or Mandalorian.
It's up to you what you want to do first.
We could talk about the Mandalorian. Just get it over with. It was good. It's good.
Yeah. How much
like
have
it.
you watched so far?
I finished it. Yeah, that was cool.
You finished it good.
Yeah.
Yeah. How dope was that? How good was season 2?
I kind of wish Vader showed up at the end, to be honest with you, and it left on a cliffhanger. It left on a
he's dead at this
cliffhanger.
point.
Year this is?
Oh yeah,
This
yeah,
is
yeah.
Yeah.
No, actually, I couldn't really figure out what year it was, but I did
Yeah,
notice they
it's
mentioned
after
the end of the
episode 6.
Empire. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know Skywalker, but that's cool. So he's gonna train him, and then they'll just
Yeah,
somehow
spoiler alert. Spoiler alert.
They'll-
Luke Skywalker's back.
they'll find some way to like what retcon all of that sequel shit to be about this little kid or
Very
something.
good. Grogu will probably, I reckon he'll be gone for season 3, then probably come back in like the season 3 finale or something.
Ooh.
The appeal of the show is the Mandalorian with the kid, so they're not going to get rid of him for too long.
Yeah,
They'll probably have him
right.
go and then come back a bit older and
Yeah,
able
that
to
was cool.
talk or
Boba
something.
showed up too, so they got to survive Boba. He didn't die by the worm. That's cool too.
The Boba episode was so good when he just like comes in wearing the armor and he's just like smacking stormtroopers in the head.
I think
Cracking skulls.
maybe because it's
Cracking
not
skulls.
maybe because it wasn't in theater. I was always asking like everybody who had seen it. I'd said like, did it have that high quality? Did it have that like movie effect and everything? Maybe because I didn't see it in the theater. I kind of was just like, it felt like a TV show, which was kind of cool because I'd never seen a Star Wars TV show. You know, just it had the most expanded lore. You know, which was neat.
Yeah, but I think the special effects, even for a TV show, is still
Yeah.
incredible.
I just
The
didn't.
first
I
episode
was-
of season 2, the Crate Dragon that they're hunting,
Yeah.
that was
Yeah.
dope.
That was cool. Beskar, man. Beskar. It's always cool.
Yeah.
They canceled all that Mandalorian stuff they were working on, like Lucasfilms or Lucas Video Games or whatever was working
Yeah,
on.
they
Like,
were working on a
hardcore, like
Mandalorian
bounty hunter
game.
shit. It's a shame.
Yeah.
Maybe they'll bring it back though.
That
You
got
never
kind
know.
of adapted into the first season of this.
Oh, that's cool.
Because
That's neat.
the first season very much he goes here, does this mission, and then
It did feel like a video
moves
game.
on.
It felt very much like
Yeah.
a video game. Yeah, it was pretty cool.
That's why I liked season 2 a bit more, because it was a bit more. There was a story. There was a through line.
Right.
Just a bunch of fetch quests.
Yeah,
Yeah.
That was what season 1 felt like a little bit.
Yeah, it's
But
cool.
yeah, the Bill Burr episode of season 2 I thought was really good.
Yeah, Bill Burr's really good. He's like
His
really, really
acting
good.
in that was
Yeah, I was gonna say he might be some of the best like part of it. I like the guy in the God, man, I always forget his name. I feel like it's something Weathers. Is it Carl Weathers?
Carl Weathers.
Yeah. Man, awesome, dude. He was so like funny as shit with his Shakespearean. Like he's like long way, Mando. I just love that shit. Like every time he'd be like long way from home, Mando. Like the way he'd talk, I was like, yo, you're fucking hilarious. You're
You guys
vintage,
remember,
bro.
You guys remember
love to
2012?
What was it? Sorry, Cone.
Do you remember Coney 2012?
Vaguely.
There's,
Oh yeah. I remember this.
people didn't have pictures of the guy, so some people had started using pictures of Carl Weathers from from Predator.
Rocky. Oh, Predator.
No.
Yeah,
Oh shit, I remember that. Yeah.
Why?
just
Poor
something I
Carl.
remembered.
Poor Carl.
Pretty funny.
uh,
But yeah, I want to see Carl Weathers' character and Lando meet up and cross over.
that would be
Oh,
cool.
yeah.
That would be very cool. So yeah,
Not just
good.
because they're the only two black guys in Star Wars, but because their
Yeah,
characters.
I mean, they get
are
Billy
quite
D.
eccentric
Williams
and fun.
back. They got him back.
Yeah, he was back in the sequels.
Yeah, they can use some of
Yeah.
that digitally de-aging technology.
They can.
Yeah, I thought the CGI was really bad on his face, though. That was
yeah.
that was
terrible.
really bad. Like that's bad. They
Someone-
should have hired Pixar. They should have hired Pixar to just draw a face because it would have looked better
That
than
kinda
whatever they
reminded me
tried
of
to do.
the Princess Leia.
It was worse than that.
I feel like hers was
Rogue
that's.
One.
I feel like hers was better.
Well, hers wasn't that
Hers was
great.
bad.
No, it was really bright, but then
it was bright. She was
what was that,
obviously like a
Grand Moff
character.
Tarkin? Is that who the other
Yeah,
guy
Tarkin.
did?
Yeah,
Yeah.
Peter
And
Cushing.
almost like
Peter Cushing.
almost-
Yeah, that's it.
it almost
His
seemed
looked
like they
really
didn't
good.
have the expensive shit to capture all the movement. His mouth, like
Yeah.
in
just-
which one? Sorry, Luke.
in Luke, yeah. I was just like, damn.
Yeah,
I feel like you feel so
It was
lost,
It
man.
looked like a video game. It looked like
Yeah.
a 2008 video game.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it was weird.
I guess you got to have the right like face underneath.
That's cool. So they're not gonna keep
Yeah, but
Skywalker.
someone on YouTube deep faked it and it looked a lot better.
It's pretty cool
Yeah.
that like Luke gets to train the man. Like, do you
Yeah,
do you think
I
like
was so
it's
excited
a?
when he showed up.
Do
Sorry,
you
go
think?
on.
Yeah.
Do you think like nobody's ever seen Dragon Ball, but I'm trying to think there was another character that did it.
I have.
Oh, okay. Piccolo,
don't
like
you
so, like Kami,
Keep on us.
like yeah, right. I was trying to find another more popular one because there is one. Oh, Groot. Groot would be my other example. So like when Groot manifests a new person, it's not the same
Mhm.
character, but the memories, the feelings, the thoughts, they were there. He knows what his dad did. He knows his dad made a sacrifice. That's what makes Groot, the kid Groot, such a cool character. Like that's all
Mhm.
that. So with like
Is he?
Kami and Dragon Ball, Kami expelled all of his one self, all of his evil self, and like formed it into an egg, and it hatched, and it was Evil King Piccolo. He was like the
Right.
evil form. So like what I'm saying is do you think that Yoda laid an egg, and this is the manifestation of, you know what I mean? Like, do you think Yoda, like, I don't know. There's only one of them, so.
Did you
do
just
think,
come up with that by yourself?
Well, I've seen a lot of Dragon Ball, and Kami and Yoda, they're pretty much the same person.
I'm just saying that's a really clever.
The only thing that puts a hole in it is that he was a. Oh, actually, no, it doesn't. I guess he could have laid the egg. I guess the thing is with Piccolo, right before Evil King Piccolo dies, he lays an egg, and that's when Piccolo Jr., like the Piccolo we know
Yeah,
in
out
Dragon
of
Ball
his
Z, is
face.
born. Yeah, out
There
of his
is
face.
something
Yeah,
in
Out of his
canon.
face.
yeah.
There is something in canon that could kind of explain this.
I guess it doesn't have to happen in death, though. Like, it doesn't have to. So, because like, it
Yeah,
was.
Yoda and
Well, Grogu
Yaddle
was
got it on.
There was like a 50-year crossover
Yeah.
or some shit or whatever, you know what I mean?
Yeah, Baby Yoda was at the temple in the prequels.
Yeah, so that's my thing. I
Yeah.
guess he doesn't have to. But I
There
was
was
just thinking,
Yoda and there was Yaddle, and then they got it
Yeah,
on.
there was in canon.
there's
like,
a
Jedi aren't
Yaddle?
allowed to. Yeah,
Wait,
have
are
you not
you-
seen episode 1?
There's a
I'll send a
what?
picture.
A Yaddle? Is that what you said?
Yeah, Yaddle.
Yeah, Yaddle. That's a different
Look at this.
Yoda from his species. He's got hair.
I just wanted to clarify really quick, by the way.
It's a
He's
she.
like the Fabio of the Yoda species.
No. I guess I never really. No,
She was
I've
on
never
the
known.
council in Phantom Menace.
Yeah, I don't watch that movie.
Oh, Yaddle's a girl?
Yeah, it's
I-
a she.
I watched.
Okay.
I watched the last scene. I
For the
guess the
sake
Darth
of,
Maul.
our species continuing, we must get it on.
Whoa, yeah, that's
there-
super
there is
weird.
in canon. If the Jedi aren't allowed to take partners, but if they're part of a rare species, an nearly extinct species, they are allowed to mate to continue the species onwards.
Well, this
So
kind of makes
Grogu
it.
could be.
It stays
Oh.
in canon with all the other Star Wars things. So you got to keep it all in the family.
Okay, cool. I guess there you go. I guess whatever I
Yeah,
said is
it's
kind of right. I
possible,
guess.
but, yeah.
That's weird. Yeah, no, I didn't know there was a Yaddle. I truly believed Yoda was the only one that we knew. I don't think a species has a race. A species-
Yaddle,
Yeah, there's
like
not really. a name
Yaddle
for
was.
this
She was
species.
on the council in episode 1, but she didn't actually say anything. She was just sort of sat there and didn't.
I'm
contribute to the story.
incredibly-
Forgot
I am
animate
weird.
the puppet.
I'm weirded out, bro. I'm gonna be real with you. That's a weird. That's weird. I don't know if I'm cool with that. I'm not even cool. Well, whatever. That's cool. Well, yeah, it's all right. It is what it is. George Lucas, you're the man. No,
He's crazy.
yeah, you're a fucking it's psychopath.
Well, Filoni and Favreau now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good for them. They did a good job. It's cool. I think they'll at least be able to help.
Yeah.
They'll be able to help expand this thing beyond. I wanted it to kind of
It's gonna
expand
be
beyond the
Marvel
Skywalker.
Aven- Yeah,
but-
it's gonna be the
Dave
Avengers
Filoni
all
is
over
the-
again. Favreau's just gonna get tired out, and eventually we'll get Chef too.
Right. Yeah,
Chef
but do
is
you
on my
think
list as well that
do
I
you th-
mentioned.
do you think that
Yeah, don't watch that hungry.
So do you think that this is still Skywalker shit then? Or we're not beyond that? We're not going to move past that
No.
ever?
No, we will.
They're getting
I
around.
think
The other shows aren't going to
Okay.
be Skywalker stuff.
That was, I guess, my biggest
we're getting an
upset.
Ahsoka show and a
Yeah,
Guardians
yeah.
of the New Republic show. Yeah.
Yeah, that's all cool. No, but I'm saying at the end of the day, look at what happened at the end of this. It ended with Luke. I'm wondering, like, is this gonna, it's kind of cool that Luke gets to raise him or whatever and train him, but also,
Yeah.
And-
It's just going to be for half a season, one season at the most.
and do you think that it's gonna tie into like when he makes his, because it's kind of like around this time Luke's gonna be making his Jedi Academy, right?
Yeah, I've thought about that too.
That's cool.
Yeah. Grogu went on all these adventures only to, get burned alive and then.
No, it's probably going to be about 15 years until,
Oh my gosh,
at least 10 years
For
until
10 years.
the Ben Solo stuff starts.
But that's kind of where this is heading to, you would assume, right? That he's going to start his Jedi Academy. That's why he grabbed this little
I
dude.
think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
That might be one of the
But,
reasons
yeah.
that prompted him to start his academy.
right. He got a call, that was
Other
cool.
than to,
Yeah.
I
like the
trust
Mandalorians
Dave Filoni
pick up
to
any
deliver.
Is Boba a better bounty hunter? Yeah, he's badass. He's sick. I like Pedro though. That's really cool. He did a good job. It's cool.
Pedro
I like.
Pascal was cool.
I think the face thing with the Bill Burr and everything was real cool. I love I always.
The fact he's willing to show his face and break
Yeah.
his creed for the kid.
Yeah, and I
Yeah.
like that they brought up that Boba was a clone. I didn't think they'd talk about that, and then they talked about it, and I was like,
Yeah.
"Wow, that's
Yeah.
badass." I was like, "That's
I
crazy."
did laugh when he was like, "There's a chance they'll recognize my face."
Yeah, because and that's even worse. Think about all
Maybe.
the horrible
Uh,
things those clones did, and then
Yeah.
to have to work side by side by one who the guy's genetic
Yeah.
lineage. That's
But
weird.
the clones are all 20 or they've got to be 20s or 30s. They're aged up to around that age.
Yeah, they
And-
age really fast.
Yeah, and Boba Fett is Timu. Forget what his last name is. He's
Morrissey, something
yeah,
like that.
Morrison.
He's probably 55 or 50.
He's in his
something like that.
50s or
Yeah.
60s. I mean, would you be, you don't
I-
exactly look the same at 20 as you do at, 50 or 60.
So can we flesh out Django real quick? I'm sorry, was he ever a Mandalorian or was he never a Mandalorian?
I
He's a
think
Mandalorian.
so.
He was an elite warrior that they chose to clone and create a, whole army
Yeah,
of
but-
elite warriors.
From what I
He
recall,
He wasn't a Mandalorian.
he's
but then
not a
they retconned
Mandalorian.
it in this.
oh,
They've retconned it, so he is. Yeah,
oh, so he is. Wait, in this they retconned it?
yeah. They mentioned
Oh.
that his Django was part of the Death Watch, I want to say, or
Oh,
something.
okay.
Or I don't know. They mentioned it
Interesting.
though when
Let's look at
Mando's
the
like, "Okay, you can keep your
Wikipedia.
armor."
Okay.
Wikipedia.
Yeah, because I was wondering, I almost thought that even when he got called out for being a clone, they kind of called him out for not being a Mandalorian as well. Okay, no, that's cool
Yeah, I
though.
think they've kind of retconned it. Yeah.
Weird. A lot of mess in Star Wars. Not so much mess in Star
Yeah.
Wars Expanded Universe though. More mess in their crappy 9 things that they've put out. Don't get me wrong, the first movies are dope, but I'm beyond that. that. It's 30, 40 years ago. I don't fucking care.
The worst
It's
worst
not,
part of
you know.
the worst part of the Star Wars universe is the
Yeah,
movies.
so I don't know what. Sorry, there's some citations here. This one is for. I don't know. He was basically a foundling as well.
Man, yeah, a foundling. Yeah, that's what they said, a foundling. I do remember that, a foundling, yeah. It was cool, man. It's cool. Mando. That's neat. Yeah, I'm excited for the rest of it.
pretty
It's
cool.
weird though, because I'm still kind of man, those movies, they had a chance. They made a lot of money on those movies too. They really aren't good at all. Which is a shame.
I've got to say though, when in that last episode, when the X-wing started flying in and it refused to identify itself, I was sat on my break at work, and I was just like, "It's not going to be Luke, is it? He's an X-wing refused to identify himself. It's going to be Luke." Then this badass shows up with a lightsaber taking the
Oh,
ring out.
yeah.
was-
When the
I was
I'm
losing
sorry.
my shit.
I thought you were talking about the sequels. I'm sorry.
Oh,
No,
no,
you're
sorry,
talking about
the-
and
When
that was
when
dope.
the X-wing shows up and it's
Yeah.
"Please identify yourself," and it just didn't respond. I was
Yeah.
like, "Is this going to be Luke?" And then the lightsaber came out and he started just taking them
Okay.
out. I was sat on my break at work, just
Yeah.
Some of this,
just watching on my phone. Yeah.
some of the
He did do the
Mandalorian
Force
stuff.
Crush, which is a
Django
dark
does that.
side
Yeah.
power. I wanted to point that out. Force Crush,
Yeah.
dark side power. So I wonder what that means. Luke did see very I don't want to say like he had a very hard demeanor on him when he went there. He wasn't uppity or anything. He wasn't like, holy shit, you know, like, look at this fucking thing, man. Like, I know your dad, bro. No, he was very like, bring me the kid, you know, like, I'll take care of the kid.
He's like, come with me.
Yeah, that was, and so I don't know. I wonder if that's because you remember Ben calls him out in the sequel, unless they wipe away the sequels, which is whatever. I don't really care. They can wipe them away.
Yeah.
They weren't really good. But Ben
You
calls
don't
him
even
out
look-
for
Luke
for
doesn't
being
even look at Boba Fett and be like, "Hey, wait a minute."
yeah, right. Yeah, fuck your jetpack went in the worm, you know. No, I just
hey,
wonder.
man, what's going on? I thought you died.
They retconned you
You're
too.
looking pretty good.
Yeah, that's dope. So, because you know, like Ben calls him out for being bad. You know, that's like the point of like that whole Ben and Luke issue or whatever. But then Rey also calls him out for being bad when like she's like meditating on the rock. I think it's in the second movie of the sequels. And then he like touches her and he's like, she says, all I saw was darkness. So I'm just wondering, like, I don't know. Kind of seems weird. It would be kind of cool if we found out that Luke was a psychopath. That would be interesting. Kind of like his father, you know?
I think Filoni might sort of lay the seeds to kind of redeem the sequels the same way he sort of saved the prequels with the Clone Wars series.
That's cool. That would be cool.
I think he'll probably set some stuff up, seed some stuff like Luke having some darkness so it doesn't seem as out of place.
Nice. That'd be cool. Yeah, it was good. It's cool. Excited for whatever comes. Probably gonna wait till it all comes out though, because I kind of can't watch that
you're
thing.
a terrible person.
I can't watch it.
I'm gonna be watching it week to week, and I'm gonna be like, I really want to talk to someone about this, but Dave's not watching it.
I can't.
I'll talk with you about it.
Yeah. You guys, I'll ding out. You guys can go ham on it. I don't know. It was cool though, because 30 minutes was surprisingly the best way to go about it. 30 minutes was awesome.
It all varied. Some episodes were longer than others.
Some were like
wasn't
50, some were 30.
Oh, really? Okay. For the majority, they fell very fast.
Also, did you see the after credit scene in the final episode?
Yeah.
No.
Dude,
I don't think so.
you always stick around after the credits.
No, I don't flip to the last page in the comics. I don't believe in. I can pull up a Zack Snyder quote saying like it says like no, never do an after the credits scene. I'm like I'm always like that. I don't feel like waiting. But what was it?
You got to appreciate everyone that
I'll just send you a link to
on that movie.
No, what they can do is put the credits in the beginning and force me to watch it. That's how they know they mean something. You know what I mean?
Did you watch all the way through Soul?
No. Oh, I finished the movie.
No, I meant like the credits.
Oh no. Was that cool too? What'd they do there?
Yeah. Well, there's little things in there like at the end of most Pixar films, there's production babies. They list all the names of babies that were born during production.
Oh, that's kind of cool.
But this time it was I don't remember what they called the before times place, but it was basically the Great
Before.
The Great Before Graduate or something like that.
Yeah, that's cool. Great Before. Yeah. Oh, cool.
And then
What's the scene? You can just describe it because I can't click it. It'll play the audio.
Is Boba and Fenric, was that her name?
Yeah, I think so.
They go to Jabba's palace from episode 6.
Oh man, that's so cool.
And you know I don't know his character's name, but he was like the big guy with like the big like tentacle thing that wrapped around his neck.
Yeah.
And he's kind of taken over Jabba's empire, and Boba just takes them all out and sits on the throne, and then it's like the Book of Boba Fett coming 2021, and there's a Boba Fett show coming. Dave, there's a Boba Fett series coming in December.
That's all I needed to know. I'll have to watch that when we're done. That's fucking sick. Yeah, that's so cool. Yeah, Boba was the coolest thing they brought back, because I always wondered, like, for some reason, he definitely died, but you were just like, you know what? I didn't want him to die. He was pretty cool. You know, so I'm really glad he didn't. I'm glad they found some way to just say, no, he didn't die. They really don't bring it up either. They really don't bring it up, you know?
It's just crazy, like, how good the last few episodes of the season were, because like it got to be a Ahsoka episode, and I was like, this is the best episode yet. But then the next one was Boba, and I was like, this episode's better. And then you got the one of Luke Skywalker, and I was like, and this episode's even better.
I forget her name. It's crazy how they kept... What's that chick's name? No, the actress.
Rosario Dawson.
Yeah, she's awesome. So
Yeah,
that's
she
cool.
was cool in that role.
My first ever time seeing her in a movie was Clerks 2, and it was awesome. It's a good fucking movie. If it's not on your list, put it on your list.
I'm adding Clerks. Yeah, you just said that. And I was
Clerks-
like, that's going straight on the list.
Clerks and Clerks 2. They're both
Yeah,
great.
we'll get to my list at the end of this episode because,
Cool. Fuck yeah, Mando. Really cool. Neato
Yeah.
gang. Still kind of weird on the Luke thing, just because I kind of wanted to move past it, but it's still cool.
yeah, but we'll see
Still
where
cool.
it goes.
Yeah. It's all
Yeah.
it's all in taste. However they do it, they've been pretty tasteful so far.
Oh, Ty's gone.
They put the most the most love in it. I feel like there's a lot going on.
Ty ran out
You can
of
tell
data.
Filoni loves Star Wars.
Yeah. What does it say about Lucas, man? That's whack.
He likes Star Wars as well.
The Lucas is
Like-
fan fiction. Lucas, anything that comes out of that dude's mouth from here on out, his shit's fan fiction. He's whack, man.
Have you guys heard his original plans for the sequel trilogy?
Yeah, I don't think they made them any better, to be honest with you. I
Not
like
the
Darth.
one
Oh,
with-
it was so much worse. Did you? One of his plans was to have an entire movie set inside a midichlorian.
Oh yeah.
no. Oh,
Yeah,
I didn't hear
remember
that.
one. That was
no.
one of those weird pitches that got released.
I was just talking
Yeah.
about like
Wasn't really
I think there was like a
fleshed out
Darth
idea, but
Maul. There was a Darth Maul
Yeah.
lore going on. I was like, that's cool. Love Darth Maul, so that would be neat. But I don't think that would have been enough to save whatever. I'm honestly
Especially when he doesn't even have a role in episode 1. He shows up, kills Qui-Gon, and then gets cut in half, and that's his entire role in the movie. He doesn't even talk.
right. You would have to watch
You
all
gotta-
the
he has a
expand.
few
You gotta
lines.
keep them wanting more.
You
Save
gotta
it for
watch the
later.
expanded shit in order to
Yeah, 'cause
know that he's in
not,
it.
He's
Yeah.
not a character in episode 1. He's just sort of there
Right.
to foil
He's
them.
in Clone Wars, isn't he?
Yeah,
And Rebels, yeah.
and then he's
And
in
Solo.
Yeah, so that's it. Solo.
Rogue One.
Yeah, no, Solo. Yeah,
oh,
yeah.
sorry, Solo movie.
Yeah.
That's what I meant to say.
Yep. That's cool. Yeah. I don't know though. Star Wars, I feel good for them for being like they were able to bust out 2 shows like or 2 seasons. You know, that's dope.
Yeah.
Real fast.
I feel you look at their 9 movie legacy over how long was their reign?
1977 was
Yeah,
New Hope.
all the way. Yeah, that's kind of ridiculous because when you look at Marvel now, you're like, damn, maybe this is why this series has issues, man. Because like, look at how long it's taken you to like kind of get sour. Like it gets, you kind of like, and then we get so excited, and then you kind of guess what you do. Ugh, you ruin it. you know?
2060, we can bring back Old Man Captain America without any CGI.
Yeah, that's
I would
true.
actually go even further for the Star Wars franchise because I feel like it's a combination of things. It's a combination of the fans being kind of toxic and
Yeah, they're some of the worst.
Oh yeah,
I'm pretty
and
sure
also-
I sent you guys my favorite meme
Yeah,
Which
Manhattan.
was-
from Star Wars fans.
Elaborate.
Oh, yeah.
I'm just gonna see if I can find it and send it to you
The
guys. Carry on
Spider-Man
talking.
one.
Yeah, the one from Spider-Man 3 where you got like Harry Osborn
Mhm.
looking at him.
Oh, that's funny.
Oh yeah, I know which one you're talking about.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's just a little frustrating because like clearly Lucas like had a really cool plan, and I feel like he got a little obsessed about wanting to do episodes 1, 2, and 3, and then it took him how long to do them? 20 years.
Right.
Yeah, 20 years. He is not a good writer or a good director.
I was gonna say I think it came down a lot to directing. He doesn't. I don't think he. I wonder if he takes photos. Like, I wonder if he picks up a camera and takes photos. Like, that's a big sign of people. Like, do you photograph anything? Like, I just feel like he's never. I don't know what he does, but it doesn't seem like he. He doesn't seem like he has that. Like, he doesn't have this. Is what I'm saying.
That
like
artist's eye.
Yeah, that frame it in, baby. Frame it in.
He has some batshit ideas and he needs people to rein him in. But you look at the behind the scenes for the prequels, and he was just surrounded by yes men who were telling him what a good job he did.
Sure.
Mm.
Well, it's also he also got bullied off of his own franchise, which is kind of shitty. The fans are that toxic.
Yeah. Yeah.
He could have tried making a good movie though, couldn't he?
Yeah, and also poor the fans who are terrible, or have so much to say.
Yeah, but Star Wars fans are so toxic.
Play the games, read the books. It's actually all that shit's really good. It's a shame that the movies are the that baseline or whatever, because games have so much lore in them. It's crazy, man.
And the books, there's crazy amounts of books.
Yeah, comics too that we're going. So, man, I would hope Do we know if anything cool is spawning out of this with comics? Is a Mando comic coming
Marvel.
out? Is it?
Probably.
Or,
There's a
yeah.
load of Star Wars comics being
No,
released.
but they're
isn't there?
not.
Always.
They're not. I see what's coming out right now. I'm like, it's nothing I want to fucking read at all. Like, it's just not. It's the same. I feel like we've gotten to that point where it's
It's
drumming
the
up
Skywalkers again.
Yeah, you're drumming up the same guy. It's been a long time. I'd like to.
I've seen pictures of Kieran Gillen's Darth Vader run though, and it does look pretty good. I really
No,
want to
Kieran
read
Gillen's Darth Vader. I think that's what you're
Yeah.
talking. Yeah, I heard that's fucking
Yeah.
badass. I'll always take a Darth Vader because I feel like in the movies he gets like no. You don't. He's supposed to be the most like famed
The best-
warlord. The
it. Yeah,
famed
the best Darth
warlord.
Vader scene we ever have is in Rogue One, where he's just cutting down fuckers in the hallway.
Yeah, he was mowing people down. That's what the Luke scene kind of reminded me of. You know, like when
Yeah,
Luke came in, he
definitely.
was just mowing people down, which kind of gave me the fear. You know, I wonder if it's weird. You know, I wonder if Luke has a little weirdness to him. That would be cool if he did. I think it would only make sense that the Mad King passes on his gene. You know what I mean? Like shit like that.
Let's just
Yeah.
hope it's better than Game of Thrones, though.
Oh, of course. Yeah,
With
yeah,
the Mad
yeah.
King.
Yeah, no, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah. That's a long time coming, man. What if Star Wars puts on like eight seasons, like, you know what I mean, per show? Like, holy shit. That would be
If it
that,
keeps the quality up and
yeah.
down.
Holy hell. I don't think George ever saw that coming though, you know? Like getting that much featurette on everything.
What
It's
I
kinda
will say
cool.
about Star Wars is I'm not the biggest Star Wars fan. Like, the movies or whatever, I've not really seen much of the cartoons or anything. But the thing that sets Star Wars aside from everything else is the world is alive there.
Yeah, it's cool.
Mhm.
Big
There's
universe.
so much content. The world is alive. It's got like thousands of years of history there. Even more than like Lord of the Rings with Middle Earth. The Star Wars world is alive in a way that no other fictional universe is.
You know, they didn't have a cantina scene, but they had a lot of bar scenes, and they were really cool in the Mando because they felt
Yeah.
West. This was a Western. This was
Yeah,
clearly a
it's a
Western.
sci-fi western.
Yeah, this
It
is,
reminds
and
me
it
of
was
Firefly.
one of the coolest approaches because like he entered the tavern or whatever, and like it was dead inside, and I was like, whoa, this is cool. Like I never.
Yeah, just saying that. How cool was Timothy Oliphant in that first episode of season 2?
Timothy
Where he had
Oliphant in
that armor.
anything.
He just
What did he do? What was his?
he was the one with the Boba Fett armor.
Oh
on Tatooine.
yeah! Oh, he's the bull. Oh yeah, he's dope. Yeah, he's dope. That was sick.
Man, I
Good
gotta
for-
say,
He's
like,
just in everything
he is,
Western.
He is one of my man crushes. Jesus
Have you ever
Christ.
seen? Have you ever seen
I'm
The
straight and
Office?
he's my man crush.
Danny Cordray. Danny Cordray,
Yeah, he's-
I think. Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah, from The Office, the most handsome man or something, salesman. Yeah, dude's killer, man. He was in a show with a new one on Netflix that was written by. Ooh, I can't even do names,
The
man. It was
Santa
like a
Clarita Diet.
yes,
It's
yes.
really
Yeah,
good.
I haven't watched
Yeah,
it.
it's pretty
It's
good.
really funny.
It's
It's
pretty
really
good.
frustrating that it got canceled.
Yes, yeah, 2 seasons, right? I think I've seen 2 seasons.
3.
Oh, okay. I'll watch a third.
What is it with Netflix?
The
cancelling all
reason
the
it
shows?
got because it makes
They're
it
in
makes
debt.
sense. It makes sense to only. Man, they had like a formula. It's called the two season like formula or something, where it's like if producing a
2 or
show for
3.
2 seasons, the only way to get lucrative, you pull the idea is when you make new content, you usually get new subscribers for whatever reason. That new it's not, you know, so they drop something new, they get a couple new people, they run it for 2 years, they're not getting anything more out of it, you know, they already got their people or whatever, so cancel the show, grab something new. They usually don't lose somebody on that like turnaround, which is
I just want more Daredevil and more Marvel stuff on there.
I don't think that was
I
ever
am
gonna.
excited for it to leave Netflix.
I don't. Yeah,
As long as they make more, I'm excited for it.
I think that
if
but
it just goes into limbo again,
that was kind
I'll
of
be sad.
already. That was kind of already like almost like Dark Horse writing a Star Wars comic while Marvel owns Star Wars still. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like, so
So-
it kind of had to make a move anyway. You know?
That
Like, eventually.
actually is because more to do with licensing, copyright, as well as with contracting. So by the time that Marvel was purchased up by Disney, and Disney was able to get back all of the properties, and they were able to get Star Wars and everything, during that time there was still a contract in place, if I remember correctly, for Dark Horse to continue making that last little bit of Star Wars stuff. If you
Yeah.
sign a contract that says, you know, you're going to do something for 5 years, and then Disney buys it up 2 years later, you still got 3 years left, right?
Mhm. Yep.
They buy
that
the
contract isn't null and void unless they buy out your contract.
Right.
So by that point, you know, a lot of the stuff that Dark Horse was putting out, hilariously, now all is over at Marvel.
Yep.
But there was still a lot of that contracting going on.
Yeah, it's like
As
Conan
soon as
the
you get your money, they
Barbarian,
can do what they
Alien.
want.
What else
Okay. Don't judge me. I'm actually really friggin' pumped for the Alien comic by Philip
Yeah.
Kennedy Johnson and Salvador Roca.
Yeah. When does that come out? I
Does
forget.
sound quite
This
good,
month.
actually.
Is it just?
So,
Do we know what?
I'm adding that onto the list.
What was it?
We're gonna
It's,
read
oh
that.
man, I'm
Yeah,
ready.
it's called Alien, right? It is called Alien.
Yeah, just Alien.
Yeah, here it is. I got it listed as March 24th. Maybe it got pushed back. You know.
Yeah, I thought it was March.
Oh, man, I
it
hope
was just
not.
announced in December.
Yeah, but they do that sometimes where they like take a little while. If
Wow.
it comes out in March,
Well,
that's
you
fine.
have to
But
order like 2 months ahead, and if they tell you a month beforehand, then you don't have time to order it.
right.
That's a
So it was originally going to be, you know, solicited for January because it says it's January 21 on the item number, but
Mhm.
it probably got pushed back due to I don't know. Nothing's really going on right now. But yeah, March 24th is the date.
Do you guys remember when Batman versus Predator came out?
Back in the 90s.
Yeah.
I was not alive then, so no, I don't remember.
All right, you're the
Yeah, I
baby.
got
of
it
the
at my
group.
library. The Predator versus Batman and the Alien versus Superman, and then they did the whole crossover.
Yeah. So the reason I ask is because IDW actually still gets some of the licensing from Marvel sometimes to put out some comics. There was a Spider-Man comic. I don't know if it's still being put out, but they are allowed with permission to publish some of that stuff, much in the same way that IDW can put out some stuff like DuckTales or whatever from Warner Brothers. It's just a matter of getting permission, getting licensing, timeliness, you know, what percent of the profits are you pulling in? My question is, you know, now that Marvel's got this and Warner Brothers is getting to be a little bit more sticklery, is that going to be something that we continue to see down the line, or is there going to be more hardball like limits about this stuff? Because it feels like Disney obviously is really well known for limiting what they allow to, out into the world to be published, to be shared. And I mean, we even just had that discussion recently about the amount of Star Wars books that this guy was earning royalties for, but Disney stopped paying them for.
Yeah, I don't know. The mouse, the mouse. Backs
I mean,
down.
that's just me speculating because I always feel like Disney's always cutthroat when it comes to this stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I would say they are. So this Alien comic is, what time period is this based in? Like this is in the,
Here, I'll send you a synopsis for that.
I think I'm reading
So
it
he's
right.
already faced off against the aliens.
Yeah,
This
that's what
guy,
it-
I think it's
yeah.
a new character.
Oh, okay. Because I'm like, I don't know anything. What's kind of
So he's encountered the xenomorphs, and then he's, you know, finishing his career with Wayland Yutani, and he's retiring.
okay. He's retiring, right? Because it says when
It
he
doesn't
said
say how long it is.
when it said Wayland Yutani, I thought in some way it was meaning that he sacrificed his life for Wayland. You know what I mean? Not the
Yeah.
company. This is meaning he's worked for the company
Yep.
and he's retiring. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep. Gotcha. All right. Cool. That actually sounds pretty cool. Weird. Kind of want to see the.
I'm pumped for it.
Kind of want to see the inner panels, like just to see what vibe they're going for.
You should see some of the variant covers that are getting put out of various Marvel characters fighting the alien. It's pretty cool.
Mhm.
Yeah, I have a couple here. Ooh. Oh man, a lot of them are. They didn't like upload them all though. They have them like listed
Yeah.
here.
To be determined.
Yeah. Cool. Neat. Hell yeah. All right. What the fuck were we talking? Why did Alien come up? Because Dark Horse, yeah, and saying about how properties are moving places, yeah. So I kind of think that Netflix had to drop their properties eventually, just because it's out of the ordinary. It doesn't fit the vibe. The vibe's not there. It wouldn't have worked.
I get it.
I mean,
It was just so good that
Unless they never wanted to vibe them over and they wanted to keep them separate, fine, whatever, that's cool. But I'm saying they wouldn't have jived together, is what I'm saying. Like they couldn't.
Just hope.
no,
Disney
I mean, I get that. I guess I'm just saying that there's a lot of properties. Yeah, there's a lot of properties that they were putting out that were really big hits.
Yeah, for sure. No, I just meant in like in reference to the Netflix shows. Like I know, like I want Daredevil, I want Punisher, you know. But eventually, because all those deals were happening, they had to jump ship, make it happen. We had to wait. Now I think we had to wait 2 years. They weren't allowed contractually. Like Disney isn't allowed for 2 years to have used
for 2 years they
Daredevil.
weren't allowed to
Wasn't
use
allowed to
characters.
use Frank Castle. So it's kind of interesting. I think Daredevil's now free, and I think
Daredevil's free, yeah.
Punisher has a couple months or
People are speculating
something.
he's going to be in Spider-Man 3.
Yeah, that's cool. I could see that.
Now
That'd
he's
be really
free.
neat.
Yeah.
I'd like to see that Daredevil guy make the move into the Marvel version, and because I think it would be cool to see the changes in approach, you know, and have the same guy playing the same character. It's not going to have the same exact aesthetic. It's going to have a different aesthetic, you know. It's just the way directors work, you know, and ideas work. And I wonder the same for Frank Castle.
See, and as well, just as well as those two characters, I want to see. God, his name escapes me now. Vincent D'Onofrio as Kingpin.
That would be
Yes, 'cause
cool. I don't
he was great in
know
that.
though. You don't think they're wait? I'm just saying. For the Marvel, you don't think they're gonna try to grab the biggest fucking guy they can, the biggest
He was
fucking
so good
dude.
in that role.
No, I'm just wondering because, like, how is Kingpin gonna have any? How is he like in this Marvel universe? How is he going to? I think he's got to be a big ass motherfucker, like scary dude.
But the actor's been like so vocal in trying to get a Daredevil back, so
that's cool.
I want him to get another chance at it because he's like even within the last like 1 or 2 months, he's been telling people to sign the petition to get it rebooted. And I feel like if they then take that role away from him, I'm just going to feel bad for him.
Yeah, me too.
You know, it's the guy who played.
He's really trying to get it.
I remember
he did that role so well. I mean, I don't think there's anybody who's done it better. I don't think there's anybody who could have done it better.
Spider-Verse wasn't bad. It wasn't bad on the animated side. He was a good.
Whenever I read the comics, I hear the guy from the Spider-Man animated series in my head, like the British voice.
Yeah, I kind of dug the dude. I like his look too in the Spider-Verse. I really dig that. Like
that's Liev Schreiber.
Wonky ass look. Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's really cool. Real neat.
I actually think it's really funny you say that because whenever I read the comics and I'm reading Kingpin, I actually picture the 90s Spider-Man animated series voice in my head.
That's the one I said I hear.
Oh, I thought you said that you heard the Liev Schreiber from Into the Spider-Verse.
No, I sort of interrupted Dave while he was making that point, and
it's okay.
I hear the big British guy talking to Smythe, and
it's funny you say that he's British because in my head I actually pictured him being kind of German.
He's big and white. He's big and white.
He's got a weird accent, hasn't he? I'm trying to remember it now. I can't hear it now. I'm just trying to think about it.
Just a New Yorker to me.
Just a New Yorker. Just a New Yorker. Yeah, I like that. Just a New Yorker.
Sorry, I was thinking like the Kingpin from like the Spider-Man animated show from the 90s.
Yeah, that's not New Yorker.
I don't know.
I'd have to hear it.
I don't think of like any sort of accent.
Man, I'm gonna go power watch that now.
It's on Disney, I think. I think it's on Disney.
Yeah, okay. I'm not gonna lie. With everything going on and the big announcement with Disney, I actually.
Oh no, you're right. He is like sort of German European.
Yeah, but I bought a year subscription with Disney Plus immediately.
Yeah, I think they'll offer a lot of good shit over the year.
I mean, I want them to.
Yeah,
I think your point though was correct though. I think that there's a lot of
Star Wars stuff.
Yeah, I think that there is a lot of options for Star Wars content out there besides the movies. I think there's a lot of people who need to pay attention. Yeah, and your point is right. There should be more stuff outside of the Skywalker characters for the comic books.
Bounty hunters are dope. Yeah, bounty hunters are dope. You know,
that's why one of the most exciting things, or one of the things I'm most excited for from their upcoming releases, is the Acolyte series or movie. I don't know which it was.
The Sith.
But that's set.
Is that the Sith one?
In the Sith during the High Empire, High Republic, hundreds of years ago.
We're supposed to get that. Wait, aren't we supposed to get the story of Dark Plagueis? We're supposed to get the story of Dark Plagueis the Wise. No,
I don't know if that's that, but hopefully we get
I saw
some stuff at some point.
I thought I saw somebody talking about on Reddit that that's where that story's going. To that dark that story that the
I'm game for it.
Yeah, I'd be down too. I want to see the Sith when they have all their power. It just like rips their like I remember playing in some games, like the darker you got, the more like dark you got. Like your eyes were bleeding. You know, you were just like it was cool. Like like Anakin at the very end, all his hate.
Yes.
Like holy shit! Like that was so cool. For that whole, I think one. Maybe it's just me because I was a kid, but when I saw that scene, the third one, that's the best scene of all of the movies. Like that scene at the end with Obi-Wan and like their exchange or whatever. I don't think there's really
like it, but the acting is still not good.
No, that's kind of what I'm getting at. I was like, but that scene is so like it's cool because like you think that the Luke, I am your father is cool and everything or whatever, back in the day, and then I'm kind of like when that scene happened, I was like, oh shit. This is how that fucking happened? I'm like, whoa, that's fucking crazy. I think it might have been because I was a kid, but that's a cool. I almost wish it could get a redo, I hope Obi-Wan, they do flashback scenes where they have like nightmares or something and they kind of redo the scene would be cool. That would be kind of neat.
I saw a slight edit where they recolored Anakin's lightsaber to red and it just made the scene look so much better.
Oh, man, that's cool.
I
think I've seen that. Yeah, I think I've seen the red one. Yeah.
It was just a subtle change, and I was like, it looks just so right.
Yeah, that's why George is not a good director because he can't nail the scene.
Or a good writer.
Yeah, he's not
a good writer either.
But he has a good idea. Star Wars, that was cool. He definitely
he's a good big picture guy, but then he needs to come in and be like, no, that doesn't work. Like Jar Jar, someone should have vetoed that idea before it was even a thing.
You got to give credit to so how many people were a part of making. Well, I guess it wasn't much. Didn't Stan Lee and a group of 10 guys start spawning out all that shit? Wasn't it not many people? Like in the OG.
It was him, Steve Ditko, Jack Kirby.
You got to give a lot of credit to George, spawning this whole thing out. I mean, he spawned a universe as big or possibly bigger than Marvel, depending on how you look at it. You know what I mean? With all its planets and its fucking star systems. Dude, it's crazy. Star Wars has immense lore. It's nuts. Good for him for spawning it, at least, birthing some mighty fucking universe.
Even then, the majority of Star Wars... The majority of Star Wars is stuff that's ripped off from other stuff. It's very ripped off from.
It's very.
Here's a little comic book related bit of knowledge. Do you know what comic series George Lucas was reading when he came up with Star Wars?
Was it a Mobius book?
By Mobius, you mean New Gods?
No, Mobius, the artist.
Oh. No, I don't know.
It was New Gods. It was New Gods.
Yeah, it was New Gods.
That's hilarious.
It was the fourth stuff he was reading.
That's so
and
funny.
It was also inspired by Dune as well.
That's pretty cool. Huh.
Not to mention Metropolis, the old 1930s film, the black and white film.
Yeah.
I've never seen it, but I've heard a lot of people comment on how most of the droids are ripped off from Metropolis.
Yeah, I kind of see. I've never seen the movie, but I've seen pictures from it, and I do see that.
All right. So, Sean,
anyway, Star Wars.
Do you want to do your news, and then Ty, do you want to do your news, or however you want to? It's up to you.
You know what? Sean actually put this all together, so we can kind of just have a conversation about what he's pulled together. The big thing that we talked about is the one thing I shared with him. So.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. So, despite the pandemic going on this year and numerous comic shops having to close, this has actually been a record year for comics. Just let me call the article up. Or maybe not a record year, but it's been a strong year for comics.
That's cool.
And not just comics either, but also comic supplies. Comic supplies have skyrocketed as well. Graphic novel sales were up, back issues were up. So sort of everything in the comic industry was up. September and October of this year were lower than last year. However, last year's September and October was the fourth best month of the decade.
Oh.
So it's not really fair to compare it to that. But on the whole, the sales have been up a lot this year compared to previous years.
Despite a lot of people saying that the comics industry was going to die. There's a couple people who were interviewed.
Such as who? Who was saying the comics industry was going to die?
McGee and Rob Liefeld. There's a lot of comic shop owners that actually go on Twitter and they have podcasts. One of them is Ryan Higgins from the Comics Conspiracy, who was interviewed and talked about how sales specifically for organization materials have gone up. And he speculated that the reason why was because during this time, people were more at home, so they had more time to organize their collections or realize that they wanted to, go online and buy some, back issue stuffs here and there. So, I mean, record sales are still going up. I mean, people are buying stuff online, but they're still going to their shops. There's concern about a lot of shops closing down, but I think the pandemic hit a lot of people, not just comic shops. And
I think as
that's
well,
the big reason why a lot of them shut down.
The shops adapting to the new world order of COVID has also helped because they've been doing more stuff online. Like you said, your new store does local delivery.
Mm-hmm.
So there are shops trying to do different things to try and stay open and to help their customers during this time. And I think that's all helped. Yeah, they do. And I think it has helped in not just maintain business, but also improve business.
Absolutely. And don't get me wrong, it's not good when businesses fail. It's not good when they collapse. That's hurting the local economy. It's hurting local jobs. Of course, that's all bad. I think the thing to recall, though, is that the most important thing in the work environment, no matter what it is that you have to evolve and adapt. And if you're not evolving and adapting to these things, what's going to happen is you're just going to fail. You're going to die. I mean, that's the sad truth of it all. This is not a normal thing. This is a completely new world that we're living in, that we're experiencing all this. But the world of economics shows that this is still the same adaptive behaviors that we need to be having in order to survive in anything. The same thing happens with the auto industry. Automation comes in. I mean, there's always going to be something that comes in that you have to make some small changes to. For my shop that I'm at over here, they're doing local delivery. They have closed their doors. Nobody is allowed inside for indoor random shopping. It's strictly subscriptions and stuff you can buy online. And they've adapted their online services to be stronger too.
Yeah, my local store's doing, you can go in store, but only to pick up prepaid orders. You aren't allowed to pick up anything else while you're there unless it's been prepaid.
That's what mine's doing right now too. Maybe that's going to change. Maybe they'll have things opened up again when, phase 1, 2, 3, 4 changes here and there. But
yeah,
I don't know if you guys saw the news, but I mean, in America, there's 150,000 predicted deaths to happen in this next month alone. That's crazy. Half of what we already are as far as fatality rates here in America. And that's insane.
It's ridiculous. And it's getting worse in the UK as well. So businesses are going to have to keep adapting to be able to stay open.
We got to be careful. We got to be more careful about these things. Honestly, my shop doing this makes me feel comfortable and it makes me feel a little bit safer knowing that they're taking those kind of risks. They're taking fewer risks.
Yeah. And my store, when you go in it, they've got like a big plastic screen up in front of the checkout. And yeah.
Yep.
We have to wear masks. They have to wear masks. And it does feel safe when you go in. And it's just, crazy times, but people are adapting.
You guys weren't out there, Sean, if you weren't out there barring it up all the time.
I wear masks in bars. I am sensible.
The point is, like, if we all probably just would have just stayed inside, we would have been gone. But somebody slipped through the cracks, I find it very funny when we walk into if somebody wants to go eat at a restaurant, they wear their mask, they eat, and when they take their mask off and they start eating, I'm like, well, that null and voids the whole thing. It's done.
The whole thing.
It's all done. There was no point to that at all. It's a waste. There's no point. It
reduces exposure at least a little bit.
A little bit, but the problem is that
No, I'm saying going to a diner and wearing your mask into the diner, and then when you take it off, that's it, bro.
But it's as you're like walking past tables and stuff, you're not like spraying particles on people.
Oh my god!
Did
I tell you guys about my experience in
California? No.
You said in California?
Oh my god, you guys. Okay, do you guys know where Huntington Beach is?
No.
I don't even know where California is.
Oh no!
Oh my god!
Fair. So, California may be one of the most green and one of the most liberal, air quotes, liberal states in the US, but it also has really, 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 really scary like pockets of conservatism and
Yeah, like,
Huntington Beach is one of those areas.
They have like
Oh,
they're like
yeah.
the anti-vax capital, aren't they? Like
Are
California.
you going to
Yes.
be talking about the? Oh man, who are those guys?
Oh,
There's a group of guys from Huntington Beach.
I think I've heard of this now.
the YouTube video.
Yeah, Chad and JT.
Yeah, dude. I went to that area.
Yeah,
Not a single person was wearing masks, dude.
Oh, the
Yeah.
ones. Oh, the ones who were like, "Yo, the Rona." You're talking
Yes.
about the Rona? Yeah, I know you're talking
Yeah,
about.
man.
Yeah, they're
And
dead.
they're like,
Those guys.
bro.
Yeah,
you
they're
want a
dead.
free mask? And it's like, no, dude, it was literally hell. I went up to a restaurant to go. I was visiting my mom, and we go up to this restaurant, and this lady is waiting to check people in, and then she looks at me, takes her mask off, coughs, and goes, "Hi, how are you?" And I'm like, "What the fuck? Are you serious?" She's like, "Oh," and like me saying, "What the fuck? Are you serious?" made her put the mask back on. And she's like, "Did you want to get seated?" And I'm like, "Yes, I would like to be outdoor seating right now." And she's like, "That's cool." And then she guides me through a completely empty restaurant out to this patio where people are packed shoulder to shoulder and not a single person is wearing a mask. People are smoking cigarettes. People are just fucking pounding down beers and burping everywhere.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, you got to be absolutely fucking kidding me. And then she takes her mask back off again.
Orange County.
Yeah.
Yeah, Orange County, man.
No, it's hell, dude. It was one of the most frustrating experiences ever. I bolted out of there, man. And then I started walking around, and I'm one of the only people wearing masks. I had one guy just stop me, and he's like, we're not infected, right? I'm like, yeah. I'm like, how do you know, man? He's like, are you getting tested every day? And he's like, well, I mean, it's fine, man. We're in open air. This is the healthiest thing for you, man. And I'm just like, yeah, man, I bet it is, brother. You have a great day, bro. He didn't like that.
Yeah, they sensed the sarcasm. It took them much, but they sensed it.
Mm-hmm.
They're thickheads. Yeah, that's crazy.
It's bad over here, man. Sorry
It
for
is-
the tangent.
Well, no, it blows me away that California is kind of like one way and the other way too. But they are a giant
you
state,
go,
so it makes
north
it.
of San Francisco or farther east inland, you'll hit just a different type of people.
Yeah. The mountain
Yeah.
folk.
The northern folk, the tree people.
So let's see, Shawnee. You want to keep hitting it up with what you got?
Oh, yeah. What was next? So Netflix is rumored to be creating an Elder Scrolls series after their success on The
Yes.
Witcher. This is still
Yes.
rumored at this point, but this is following the news from a couple of months ago about a Fallout show being developed by Amazon from the showrunners of
Yes.
Westworld, Lisa Joy
Yes.
and Jonathan Nolan.
Ooh, that's probably cool.
Mhm.
Man, I feel like for Fallout could be cool in a show form.
Yeah,
And so
Well,
could
that's
Elder Scrolls.
confirmed.
So Elder
yeah, that
Scrolls.
one is confirmed.
Did they say like what
Elder
it's
Scrolls was
plotted?
rumored.
What's it? Is it just going to plot the
It's just
beginning of
rumored.
it?
It's just a rumor. It's just
Oh.
rumored at this point.
No,
It's a rumor, but I got some opening footage.
What? Cool.
Get
Is
out of
it
here.
You on a cart being escorted into hell?
Oh, that would be, dude.
We knew
Honestly,
you were going with that, you fuck.
Yeah,
honestly
I
though,
know.
if it did open with that, that'd be pretty badass. I'd
That
give
would be
mad.
pretty good.
I would be mad credit to
No,
like.
I've played too much Skyrim. I don't want to see that scene ever again.
No.
I'm never tired of
It's not going to be the same scene. I'm talking about
shit.
a homage scene, somewhere where you're just
Okay.
like you're awake and you're just like, fuck, they did it. They did the
Yeah,
like,
that'd be funny.
that would
Did
be
I
cool.
send you guys the Borat version of that scene?
Yeah,
What? No.
I'll send it now. It's so
funny.
the
fucking
other
good.
day.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That shit was funny.
it's my favorite thing. It was
Damn,
after
that's
Dave
cool.
sent the, Borat Cyberpunk video the other day.
Elder Scrolls, Tamriel.
That was great. Make my day, Jew.
What are we?
Yeah, I think we're all big Elder Scrolls or big
Yeah.
Bethesda fans here, are we?
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
the people who make the game, yeah, not the ones who push their people into putting out video games too fast. But yeah, I'm
No,
a fan.
You know what, Dave? I got to
That's
tell
CD
you,
Projekt Red.
No, but Bethesda's
Yeah.
very guilty.
Yeah.
They are very guilty of it. Dave, I want to make this point really quick. You called this out a while ago, and I do want to say your point was very strong. When you do crunch time stuff like this, it doesn't work. It's kind of shitty, and it hurts. It ruins it for everybody.
Yeah, it's bumming. You know what the weirdest thing about Cyberpunk is? I feel like it doesn't have any heart. Even Keanu Reeves' scenes, I'm kind of like, it's all cool. It's a cool game. It's fun. there's no heart. I feel like even his acting, I'm like, man, they didn't direct him very well. It's
Yeah.
weird. It's not. I'm just saying it's not. It's definitely not something.
I'm just
It-
gonna
it didn't-
say that now I'm gonna come under a lot of fire for saying this, but Keanu isn't a good actor.
No,
And I feel
no,
like
but
I mean,
Boyd
no,
it's
he's
not.
Holland is
It's not
harder.
even.
Yeah.
It's not even that because I love Keanu and I know that he's a very one way actor. I'm well aware of that, but I like him for that. I like the roles that he's in. I'm saying
he seems he's a great guy.
it's
and
weird,
I
man.
enjoy his movies,
It's
but,
not just him though. His acting is as dull as the main character you're playing as. You know, like which is the problem. I think.
That's
like
fair.
the main character, like the way I am in the game, and then I see him, and I'm just, man. They really everybody who. People touted the game up, and it's weird because it's kind of just it's a game, man. It was I have games I've played games that are on my list of like, dude, those are fucking games, man. You know what I mean?
So let me ask you this: if you had control or had some sort of a say over what would happen, and the Elder Scrolls TV show on Netflix comes out, what would you want it to be like? And if you had the choice, who would you want to be in it? Maybe not as main characters.
I would
but
want.
just-
This is weird. This all just popped in, so if you don't mind, I'll take this one. I
Go
want
for
it to be about an Argonian making his way out of Argonia, because we've always been told that Argonia is the most deadly, dreary, miserable place, and that's why the Argonian lizards or whatever like leave. So I just feel like it'd be cool. Like we've never seen Argonia, which is we've been all these other places.
I'm gonna
never
do one better.
Ooh, that'd be cool.
Okay, it's about an Argonian maid who's really lusty.
Damn,
I knew where that was going. I knew where you were going.
and busty, you know. So I don't know.
I'm so sorry.
That would be. I don't
you're
think
a child.
I don't think I want the Nords as the main thing. People.
I
I'd
would like to see it be an anthology series where each series follows a different story and character.
Ooh.
Agreed.
That's really cool. Maybe all leading into one. All their journeys maybe might lead them into that'd be kind of cool if like all individuals
Maybe or
crash.
they could all be different eras. Like you could have some set like during the Oblivion Crisis. You could have some set in Skyrim.
Yeah, because I forgot
Like-
they take place like hundreds of years apart and shit. Yeah.
Yeah, Oblivion is probably my favorite game of the series, more so than Skyrim. And
Yeah.
to see
Fuck
the
you.
Imperial City.
Yeah.
What did I say?
Oblivion.
No, but
No,
Imperial
nothing
City's
at all.
cool. Like
It would be cool.
Cyrodiil's cool, and like you got so many settings, so many.
Damn, dude, even the music will be beautiful. Like the music's so good in those games. Man, that's cool.
So that's actually funny you mentioned that. So I actually have a friend who worked at ArenaNet, and they had a guy who worked for them that was composing music for some of their games, and it ended up being the same guy who did the soundtrack for Skyrim. And that guy's never going to get work again, unfortunately, because a couple of years back he got accused of sexual assault. I know. I'm looking at you, Sean, and I know. I'm just as surprised as you. It doesn't make any sense, too, because
Wait,
it's like, why, dude? Why
But
would
the
you
music
go
was
and
so
use-
pure and innocent.
The Skyrim
I
guy.
know.
The Skyrim guy.
Yeah, the Skyrim soundtrack, dude. And
dude,
then
Does he
that-
also do?
There are like
Does he also do Assassin's Creed, or am I
There's a-
imagining? Am I getting him confused?
I think so. I don't
When-
remember.
there's a couple tracks
No, I
on
think
there
I'm getting them
that are
confused.
fucking gnarly though. That's a shame.
Dude, that whole game soundtrack is
Yeah.
insane. I'm frustrated
Yeah.
because that would have been so good for a show. And then this
Ooh,
guy
yeah.
went and then ruined someone's
yeah.
life. Theoretically, I don't know the full story. I'm just
Right.
assuming that he
Yeah.
did.
Allegedly.
But he went and does that shit. What the fuck?
Yeah, shucks. Yeah, that sucks. They
Did
always
he also do Oblivion, or did he just do Skyrim?
No, I think that was a different guy.
Who did
Oh,
the
no, he
music?
did do Oblivion.
It was the Mando music just a combination of people? Just every scores of different people, or was there one singular person like helming it? Because he
have a
did a good
little
job.
look.
He did a good job. It was pretty good.
Ludwig,
Oh, I know this dude. Wait, there's probably a million Ludwig.
Göransson.
So this is interesting. We're talking about soundtracks, and this is actually going to lead into one of the next story parts for you, Sean. Did you guys see who did the soundtrack for the movie Soul?
No, I did not.
Yeah.
Trent Reznor.
Oh yes, I did. I did.
Inadequate
Yeah, it's so. It's like I'm like I did not. And the moment you said his name, I remember telling my wife all about him. Like this morning when we finished the movie, I was like, "Dude, Trent Reznor, man.
How weird is
Fucking-
that?
He's really good musician, man."
They had help from some other people
I don't
too.
know who Trent Reznor is.
Well, yeah, of course. 9 Inch Nails.
Ah,
Like,
okay.
He
He's a
did,
part of the circus act,
Watchmen,
man.
Social
That-
Network.
Wait,
Okay.
wait.
No,
wait,
he
wait,
didn't.
wait,
Tyler
wait.
Tyler Bates did Watchmen. Did you? You didn't. Oh no, Trent Reznor did the. Oh, I know what you're talking
He
about. The
did
Watchmen
Social
TV.
Network.
The Watchmen TV show.
Hang on a second. Back up. You're saying Trent Reznor did the soundtrack for Watchmen?
The TV show.
Watchmen, the limited series.
Yeah, the TV show.
Wow, man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like Trent Reznor
there's
a lot.
I've heard his music in a lot of stuff, and I never knew who he was.
Yeah. He's
Interesting.
the
Oh my
man.
god, he's so good.
He's cut your
There's
wrist.
like 3 soundtracks that you can listen to on YouTube.
He's kind of going the same way of the guy who from Oingo Boingo, who ended up becoming the
Ross, not Atticus Finch.
Oh, this is how you know how I know Ludwig? Because he did Tenet. I just saw that name when I watched that movie. Yeah. Okay. Cool. It's kind of
also did
weird.
Creed and Creed 2. That's cool.
Yeah.
And Venom, the hit movie Venom.
That's cool. So that means he's the guy. Creed has like a remixed version of like the Rocky song and makes it kind of like hip hop. You know, gives a little color to it.
I need to watch Creed
Cool.
2 because I really enjoyed Creed 1.
Yeah, I like Creed 1 too. I would like to see the second one as well.
Now.
I really like that guy as
It's
an
going on the
actor.
list.
He's a good actor, man.
Yeah, Michael B. Jordan's really good.
Michael B.
He's very good.
Michael B. I remember seeing him before he blew up in like a sitcom or something, thinking like, man, it's got to be weird to like do these like Lifetime shows and shit. And then I saw him in a movie where he's kind of like, he's kind of thugging in the movie, but it still seemed like it was like a BET.
He was in an episode of House.
I never saw him in
Fruitvale
House.
Station?
Yes, that Fruitvale Station. I saw him in that, and then all of a sudden, it happened. It all clicked. He started.
One of his earliest stuff
Here's
was in The
some
Wire.
comic-related stuff. He voiced Cyborg in the Flashpoint movie.
Oh, that's cool.
He also played Human Torch and Fant Four Stick.
I've
don't talk
never,
about
I've never seen it. Yeah, I don't think
There
I
is no
want
movie
to.
in Passing Say.
Yeah, I don't think that's one I want
He
to
was
watch.
in Cold Case, Burn Notice, Bones. He did a lot of like those sort of shows.
Yeah, made his
Law and
rounds. He
Order.
made his rounds.
And then, of course, he played the villain in Black Panther,
Yeah.
which, by the way, was badass.
Yeah, that was cool. Although, even though he did such a good job, which is cool, but I think I've told Sean this, it would have been cool to see Killmonger, like, but they did pay homage to his like
You guys
mask.
see Chronicle?
I did not. That's
Yeah, that was good.
That's a good one.
That was a good comic
cool.
book movie without being a comic book movie.
Yeah, that's a
Just a
Max
shame it was
Landis
written
film.
by shithead Max Landis.
Yeah.
Unfortunately.
Yeah. And directed
So-
by Josh Trank,
Josh
who also
Trank
did
is
Wonderful
good.
Stuff.
A shite head is what you're saying.
Yes, Tiddlywink Shithead in English.
Tiddlywinks.
Let's see.
I'm putting that down in my book of quotes. Thank you.
You're welcome. It's a commonly used British insult.
Tiddlywinks shithead.
Hmm.
So this
Okay,
actually ties
well-
into the next thing. So where did Sean, this thing with Soul and Jack Kirby, where did this come from?
Yeah, so Jack Kirby was name dropped in Soul. I'm just going to drop a picture into a chat now for you guys to see. He was one of the mentors for 22. And his name popped up on the little "Hello,
right
my
on the
name is"
wall.
badge on the wall.
Oh, cool. Neato.
And I just think that's quite cool that his name's being included among people like Abraham Lincoln.
Yeah.
Who else was there? Mother Teresa, Gandhi, Elizabeth I,
Do
Muhammad
you
Ali.
know? I
And to
mean,
have Jack Kirby's name on that wall with those legends.
Jack Kirby is
It-
the guy who did the New Gods and then moved over back to Marvel and then redid it with the Eternals, right?
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that's the wrong guy. No, that's
But he's
the guy.
also the guy who helped invent
Oh, okay.
Fantastic.
He created
No, that's what
Fantastic Four.
That's what I'm wondering. Okay, his worst contribution, if I had to shout out, even though it's a great contribution, but it's his most confusing and annoying, is that he created two dark sides and two of the same storylines. Like when he swapped over and he created the New Gods, and then he left DC and then did the same thing with Marvel. Now it's confusing because everybody's gonna say when Darkseid comes on screen, "Oh, he's just a Thanos ripoff," and I'm gonna be like, "Motherfucker!"
He didn't create Thanos. That
Oh,
was
he's
Jim
not-
Starlin.
Oh, Jim Starlin. Oh, okay, so he's not the guy.
Yeah.
Okay, thank God. Okay,
Jim-
I thought they were the
Jim
same.
Starlin. I've seen an interview with Jim, and he said originally he had Thanos looking more like Mobius, Metron,
Okay.
Metron. That's it. and he was a bit more sort of nerdy looking, scrawny, and his editor was like, if you're going to rip off the New Gods, at least pick the cool one, Darkseid. And they made him change the design to be like Darkseid.
It is so it's going to confuse so many people. Just like, it's kind of like the Namor. What's going to happen with Namor? Everybody's going to be like, that's like a wannabe Aquaman. I'm like, well, Namor kind of came first. You know what I mean? Like, to be honest with you, like, not to say that Aquaman has more prowess. I'm just saying, like, Namor did come first. He's a cool character, Namor, because he is a mutant, and he's like, he's a very prideful mutant, and it's pretty cool. Like, I think he's going to be a neat addition to the MCU with his pride, which would be cool.
Yeah, it'll be interesting. But yeah, just as a comic fan, it was nice to see Jack Kirby's name included among legends.
Hell yeah, that is dope.
Yeah, and finally
that movie in general
he
was very good.
Yeah, Soul was very good. I'm going to mention it at the end because I've got a list of movies I want to talk about.
I will say, also, I think it might have had less music than Monsters Inc. did with Randy Newman doing the music. Like, Monsters Inc. has a crazy amount of jazz music in it. The whole thing is a jazz score. And I was kind of like, damn, but it was still really good. Jamie Foxx is incredibly, I don't know, he's got so much emotion and shit. It's cool. Yeah, he's a real talented dude.
We'll get to that at the end, though. And the last bit of news I'll talk about is Spider-Man has had a new costume released that he's going to be wearing.
Yeah. It's really lame, man.
It's for a showdown with Kingpin, and the reception has been incredibly mixed. And based on your guys' sound effects, when I just posted those pictures in the chat, that sort of says it all, doesn't it?
Am I being rude by saying, like, the first one you posted looks like, and this is a compliment to a 13-year-old, it looks like a 13-year-old's fan art. It's a compliment. I'm just saying, would you pay hundreds of thousands or whatever you pay for this stuff, for your variant? Or for your main cover?
Maybe if he ends up being cool. It kind of looks like a Booster Gold, like, Blue Beetle kind of mashup.
Yeah. If it had been recolored, I think it could be better. Like, replace the white with the red and then make the red LEDs white.
Well, we've already done these. We've already done this suit in one form or fashion, just in different colors. It's already been done.
Yeah,
whether it's the Velocity suit or whatever you want to call it, it's already been done. That's why it's not cool. It's just a different color. And I don't know. Maybe it's the art too. The art just kind of makes it look cheesy, like the way it's approaching it.
I think that's Dustin Weaver, and I think that I actually really like him as an artist. I guess I'm just really confused about what the context is.
Does he do that or whatever? Can I see some other? Is this like, is cheese his thing?
No, it's not necessarily that. It's just that he does very anime style, like high detailed.
Dustin Weaver.
Art. Yeah.
Cool. Let me just look. I just want to see some, just to like get an idea. Oh well, that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
That shit's actually pretty fucking dope. Yeah. Well, some of his, I would say that's his worst art I've ever seen. Then, because some of his art's phenomenal.
Yeah, if anything, compared to some of his other stuff.
Jesus, his art's amazing. It's my god, like
seriously.
What the? Well, I don't know what happened then with this one. I don't think it's as cool as they wanted it to be. That's the only problem. Dustin Weaver is not.
Dustin Weaver is one of those guys that when I do see his work, I try to buy it as much as possible because I don't see his work very often. It's kind of rare out in the wild, but he's very, very talented.
Yeah, I mean, there's Power of X cover he did. Insane.
So, with the context of what's going on with the Amazing Spider-Man storyline, I'm liking it enough that I don't want to cancel my subscription, and I'm liking it enough that I want to see what happens next. I can't say that I'm in love with what's happening.
Have they given the reason as to why he needs the suit yet? Have they revealed that to you as the reader? Okay.
But, so in this latest issue, spoiler alert, there's a death of the family kind of thing going on where Kindred, aka Harry Osborn, is hosting a dinner with all of the Spider family and holding Peter Parker hostage, trying to torment him and everything. Mary Jane and Harry both seem to acknowledge that Peter reset the universe with Brand New Day. And it's kind of strange seeing that there's a confirmation of that in universe, especially with this. But it's not really revealed the context of why they know that. And since Harry is Kindred and he's got these weird centipede powers and he's able to revive, he's been killing and then reviving Peter pretty repetitively over and over again to make him suffer. So there's some sort of a weird supernatural element to this as well. I think it's somehow tied to the devil. What's his name?
Mephisto.
Mephisto. Thank you. I think it's tied to that somehow. And Norman is trying to like break up the fighting and everything right now. I don't really understand why. I'm thinking the suit's going to be a way of fighting against Kingpin and Norman because they have some sort of a weird plan. I don't really get what's going on, but I'm interested to see what happens next.
Well, I want to know, so tell me, because I want to know if it's worth it. It's always
I gotta
weird.
tell you, this last cover too has been really, really, really cool. If you haven't seen it yet, it's by Patrick Gleason. It's
that cover
the
is
Spiderweb
great.
cover.
I'll send it now.
I think I
number
came
55.
I think I came across it when I was looking at the like solicits.
It's a gorgeous
Yeah,
cover.
that's sick. Yeah, that's dope. Nailed it.
Has it just been a light week for everybody? I feel like I got 3 comics
Yeah.
maybe, and then
Well, it's the week.
I
it's
had
Wednesday between Christmas and New Year's.
yeah.
yeah. I
Always
had
late.
the Batman annual, the Dark Knights tie-in. I finished off Endless Winter, and I think that was
It
it.
was also a
I-
fifth Wednesday.
Yeah. Oh, I had Bad Mother to talk about, but I'll save that until Dave's read it.
But yes, I'll put that up next.
And I
week
also had
for
some
sure.
X-Men books, but I just didn't get around to reading them because Dave wasn't.
Yeah, I did not read them this week.
Yeah.
Dave.
So what do you want to talk about? You can go through whatever comics you want to, or
what did I
shout them
mention?
out.
Yeah, well, I finished Endless Winter this week, and it was better than I expected. For a sort of
I've been hearing
action-heavy,
that.
silly fun event.
Silly fun event. Fuck you.
I'm glad you caught that reference. Yeah, it was fun. It was action heavy, but what it did well. It told an interesting story of Black Adam, and yeah, all the characters were in character. It was fun. If it was a slightly lighter month without so many death metal tie-ins and all that, I think more people would have read it, and I think it suffered because of that.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I would recommend it to someone as just a fun event to read.
I'm gonna have to check it out, honestly. I feel like you're one of the people that's made me want to actually give it a chance.
I haven't really given it too much praise. I've said it's fun and all right.
Well, it's not just you that said it. It's
Yeah, fair enough.
some of my other podcasts that I listen to have been saying the same thing, where they were pretty surprised by it.
Yeah, like it's not sort of groundbreaking, but it is entertaining, which at the end of the day is what you want from something. It's a nice palate cleanser from so many like multiversal crisis stories and like the end of a multiverse and all this stuff. So it's nice just to have a Justice League teaming up to fight a threat.
Okay.
But yeah, the art was good throughout, and the characters were all quite good. They're all well written in character, and yeah, it retconned out some Bendis stuff, so I'm happy.
Ugh. I don't understand why they had to do it so fast. If they want to do that, that's fine, but just like take your time with it.
It's funny how it was like 1 week after his last issue, they were like, "Yep, Old Fortress back."
Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, what the fuck? Why do that? Like, why
No,
not
but,
give
like-
it like a little while?
Yeah, but it's just funny how like it's not like they ignored it, because like the first issue of this event was like, "Oh, this threat's come from the remains of his old fortress," before he moved it, and then like they got to the end, they're like, "Oh yeah, I'm moving back to my old fortress to stop this happening again," and it's just kind of funny, and I'm happy because
Yeah.
it ignores Bendis,
Blackjack
it
hookers.
retcons Bendis stuff. But yeah, also I sent Dave and Ty this message this week, but this is the first book I've seen address Doomsday Clock since Doomsday Clock finished.
Which
It
is
mentioned the metahumans being in Kahndaq. And of all the books I expected to address this event, I was not expecting Endless Winter to be the one to address it.
Yeah, that is kind of weird.
Yeah. And yeah. Oh, and it sort of set the stage for Black Adam moving forward, because he's going to be in the Justice League team in March. This kind of set him up
Which
having
is
a bigger
all kinds of
role.
weird, especially with Hippolyta. Like, what is going on with that?
Yeah, well, Hippolyta and Black Adam were both key players in this event.
Oh,
so
it's not
this is
Hippolyta.
Hippolyta?
Hippolyta.
But yeah, this kind of did set the stage for them having a bigger role in Justice League moving forward. And yeah,
Okay.
you probably wouldn't be missing anything too much if you didn't read it. But yeah, it's a fun read if you do want to read it.
I mean, I'm intrigued. It seems like there's a lot of people who are big fans of some of the. I mean, I don't really like Ron Mars, but I'm definitely interested in checking it out now.
Yeah, I would say it did feel very like early 2000s, maybe late 90s, which was his sort of era. But the biggest thing I can say about it was a palate cleanser after all this multiverse stuff.
It is a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it was a nice change of pace, and
Sure.
yeah.
I feel like the same with Marvel when they were doing their multiverse nonsense, like the collapse of their giant multiverse, trying to reform it and shit. I think it was as they brought Miles in. I think didn't Miles come in through somewhere? Yeah.
Secret Wars.
Yeah. Like Secret Wars is cool and all, but is it? Because like it gets a fatigue of the multiverse thing, you know. So
Exactly.
kind of like DC, like that's the same thing. It's like you'll look back on it and you'll say, oh, certain stories were good. That's what people do with Secret Wars. That's why it's always like Secret Wars. But really, was it? Or was it fucking annoying, man? It was never ending of like trying to.
For the last 4 or 5 years, you've just had Scott Snyder telling his big story, his metal story.
Yeah, it's nice to leave. It's nice to get away from it.
Punching some Earth level threats.
Fuck yeah. Yeah, I'm down with that. Yep, I agree. So that's cool. Yeah, as I said, I have no comics, so I have nothing to shout out. Whoops.
Who else read something this week? Josh, do you want to talk about Nailbiter? Go on.
Yeah.
Tell us about it.
Yeah.
Because this is one I want to check out, because I'm a fan of Josh Williams.
I did not go and grab that issue. Pretty good issue. Got a lot of answers to quite a few mysteries. I think this is issue 7. I'll tell you in just a sec.
8.
Yeah.
Gotta do a search real quick. But
it was issue 8.
I mean, it's progressing at quite the clip. Can't talk and search at the same time, man.
This is great radio.
This is about a carnivore, right? He's a carnivore? Or, I mean, sorry, I'm sorry, serial a cannibal? Killer. A serial killer. But he's a cannibal?
It was like issue 7 or 8. But
it's not a cannibal.
It was 8.
Answers. 8. It was issue 8. Let's go with that. The main villain has kind of been revealed. We've got, some motives. We kind of get what their big plan is. So I'm not sure if this is going to go for way too long. Maybe it's only going to be, 3 arcs, if that. I don't know if it's going to go that much longer. Maybe.
How many issues was the first Nailbiter series? Was it about 25?
Say about it without, spoiling something.
Still holding
you're
up,
probably
though.
Gonna have to in order to go. No. It.
But also,
you can spoil.
I think I can pull something out. Yep, my headphones were unplugged, so I didn't hear anything you guys were saying.
Oh,
here we are.
I specified it was issue 8 about 3 times, and you didn't hear.
Sorry, I yanked on my headphones, and it just, for some reason, it pulled out of the back of here. Not sure how.
Okay.
Like, there is still in my ears. I still have everything, just nothing.
Yeah, I'm a fan of Josh Williamson, so I think I'm probably going to check this out at some point, because he's a good writer, and I've heard good things about it.
Yeah, he's really good. So check out Nailbiter, check out Birthright, check out...
Yeah, Birthright's on my list as well. That's one of I'm going to wait. Has that finished now? Or it's got like 1 issue left?
Two issues left.
2 issues left,
that's not coming out until March. Yeah, there's
it's
a bit
crazy,
of a delay.
like all these... Yeah, like Outcast as well. Like, there's just delays with these like last 2 or 3 issues, and it's just... Yeah. Get it right, I guess.
Do we think
delay it and get it right?
Big Corum will kind of go through the same thing, or no? You think he's got it?
I think they've been solicited already, haven't they?
Okay.
Yeah. We have 3 issues of Birthright left.
Jeez, and the number grows. I thought it was 1 left, and then that was 2, and now it's 3.
It's the final story arc.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's going to 48 and not 50.
Yeah, because then that'll be 8 trades, I guess.
Yeah, let's see.
8 times 6.
Yeah, they only have
Yeah.
up through 47 solicited right now, but that's March.
Pretty fucking bad.
Yeah. They're both series I want to check out. I'll probably wait until Birthright's finished and then binge it and
Yeah,
see
he's
what
got
the
some
plan is
other
with
ones.
Nailbiter.
You read The Flash, right?
Yeah, I read his Flash.
Mhm.
And it was uneven, but he claims it was editorial interference.
Mhm.
And based on other writers saying the same thing, I'm inclined to believe him.
Mm.
That is a cool statue.
Yeah.
I think it's actually a toy, just to make sure you know. Like it's a toy.
Oh, it's a
know?
toy.
Yeah. It's a toy.
It's not a figurine, it's a
No.
toy.
Yeah, because I would like to clarify the difference between like spending like $150 on something that and then $19. Like that's a toy, but nonetheless, still pretty cool.
Yeah.
I just didn't want
It's Batman from Death Metal with the trench
Yeah.
coat, by the way, for listeners at home.
Yeah, aesthetically, really dope.
Did any of you end up writing in about Outcast?
I don't read
No,
Outcast, so
not
I've got
yet. I
nothing
actually
to write
need
in
to.
about.
Yeah. Okay.
I'll write in and be like, I haven't read it, but
I haven't
the
read
art's
it, but I've heard good. Dude, you know people do reviews like that, right? They're like, "Well, I've never bought the product, so I can't give it a good rating, so I
Man,
give
that
it a
sounds
0."
like an Andrew J. Shaw kind of review.
That's like some fucked up shit. You can't be doing that. That's so annoying that people do that.
Mm-hmm.
Oh
cool.
man.
People are shit.
Yeah, shite.
Shite.
So word up. What's next? What else do we got? I know there's gotta be like one, right? Or was that it?
What did you read?
I read Colonel Weird's Cosmagog, the Black Hammer storyline that's going on right now.
That sounds
Go for it, fill us
And I
in.
also read issue 55 of Amazing Spider-Man, which is the Last Remains story arc going on. And then I got caught up on some Redneck.
Don't spoil Redneck for us, because me and Dave are going to make our way through
Yeah,
that at
sooner
some
or
point.
later, I'll probably within like a month or two, I'll have caught up to it, which would be cool.
Yeah.
I
Tell
really
us
do
about
want to read it.
Captain.
Yeah,
Tell us about
Cosmogog.
Captain Cosmagog's whatever it's called.
Yeah. Captain.
Colonel Weird's Cosmagog.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's what I said.
Yeah.
The Lonely Hearts Club Band.
So this is one of those strengths of Jeff Lemire, in my opinion, where he can tell a story that feels linear even though it's not. It's Colonel Weird bouncing around through timelines, and because it's the Black Hammer universe, it's very much, making fun of Captain Strange and Doctor Strange and a lot of the kind of Silver Age heroes as well. It's this dude who got lost in space-time and now kind of fades into and out of reality, and he's traveling through his various different points in his life, and he accidentally starts a cult, and he keeps accidentally leaving when the dark side ripoff is about to destroy the earth. It's just a really interesting story to tell. I feel like I'm kind of waiting to see what the point of the story is, because I feel like right now it's just kind of telling the story, but it feels like there's something to be said about losing yourself in the various points in your life. And Jeff Lemire has said that the reason for the Black Hammer universe is because he is a fan of superheroes, and him writing this was making interesting superhero characters and telling an interesting story. This feels like he's kind of stretching that a little bit, and I really like how artistic it is. There's various different points where he's allowing Tyler Crook to just paint whatever the hell he wants. And because it's Tyler Crook, there's so much depth to the colors, to the character designs. I mean, even if you just look at anything that he's done, it just feels like you're looking at watercolors coming to life and dancing on a page. And that feels awesome to see. I really want to continue Harrow County from Cullen Bunn. Because I've read about the first 3 issues and it's the same artist. Man, is he good. I usually don't follow a whole lot of Dark Horse stuff outside of Black Hammer, but because I keep seeing Tyler Crook on Dark Horse titles, I kind of want to check out a lot more. So I've been building my collection with that a little bit. So there's this series going on right now. It's a mini series. And then there's also the Barbalian series, which in my opinion, I think right now story-wise is the better of the two, which is fascinating because it's the story of Barbalian, who's a gay alien from the red planet Mars, who's kind of realizing that he's gay in 1980s America when gay pride was happening. And he is also a cop. So he's got this triple identity of like hiding who he is, and he's double in the closet, which is a really strong metaphor. That's why I'm kind of hoping for there to be a bit more of a point with this Colonel Weird storyline, because I feel like there already is. I just don't know what it is yet, but it's fascinating. And if there's any reason for you to check it out, just check out the art in this. It's fantastic.
This series does sound like silly fun, so I'm excited.
Fuck you. I hate you. I saw that you chuckled right before you said that.
Yeah. You knew what was coming. Yeah.
I did.
All right. Black Hammer is something I do want to get into, though, so I will read it.
Yeah, I kind of hope they release like an Omni series of it. You know, that would be cool.
I think
like
they have.
That's cool. I have to look at now. I have to look that up because that's how.
Yeah, check it out.
And I'll have to end up reading it that way in the collection.
There's a library edition that's a oversized.
Yeah, Dark Horse library shit. Yeah, I know those.
And Amazon doesn't say what's in it, so that's helpful.
Of course not. Of course not. Just found like an anime that girl. Did they confirm? Yeah, it is Batgirl. Wow, I don't know how DC got or licensed this out or whatever. I'll share it. I think the Catwoman looks better, but this is a figure. This is more like a figure, even though it's only $44. Cheap figure, but you know they don't have any moving parts. You know,
is it a figure or is it a toy?
This one's a figure. Although I would say it's like a weeb figure. You know, like one of those. Hold on, I'll grab another one because there was one that was the Catwoman one's at least better. Like I don't think that looks good at all. I'm not a big figure person. Like I like being able to move the parts and put them in there. I guess
so you prefer toys to figures.
These are the things that Todd McFarlane was playing with.
Oh yeah, he has. Dude, Todd's fucking crazy, man. Here, this one's the Catwoman one. I think it fits better if you were to with their weebus ways of weaving. That Catwoman one. It's like anime. I don't know how DC marketed them out. I guess they just gave it away to some anime people to make like a version of it. Weird. No, here, I'll show you. You want to see like $1,000 toy with moving? Dude, I gotta show you this. What else do you guys?
It's $1,000 toy, not $1,000 figure.
Yeah, this one's a toy. Yeah, yeah, I know all the. Yeah, hold on. Man, who's making that bomb ass shit? I got it.
The bomb ass shit, not just the regular shit, but the bomb ass
shit.
Is it Hot Toys?
Yeah, I think it's, but I don't want to do Hot Toys. There's one that I found that does like because Hot Toys is cool because they make them still like toys where they can move every like finger and everything.
They're
every
fucking
joint.
expensive.
Yeah, but I think there's a more boutique version of it that like blew me away. Where I was like, holy fucking shit. Let me see if I can find it. What else do we have to talk about? We got about like 25 minutes.
I read Batman Annual 5 this week.
It was an anthology? Was it an
no,
anthology?
No, it's just a single story written by James Tynion IV and art by James Stocco.
Let
me get the credits page up.
Stonka.
Stocco. Tony Stank.
Here, I'll get the most.
Tony Stank. Yeah, it was the origin of Clown Hunter. Basically, he gets injured and goes to Leslie Tompkins' clinic, and he's sort of telling her his origin story. And the story is pretty much what you expect. His family get killed by Joker, and he sort of decides to get revenge on the clowns of the city. But the art is what really good. It was the story was fine, but it was the art that really sort of set this apart. It was very stylized, very dark, gothic, scratchy art. It was a really unique art style, and yeah.
Who was the artist?
James Stocco. Oh, Stanky.
Stanky?
I'm sorry, I thought that Inhyuk Lee was doing the artwork for some reason on this.
No, James Stocco.
There you go, Sean. There's
Maybe
your toy.
Did the cover. Okay.
This is a hot toy. I couldn't find the other ones right now. But...
who did yeah, someone else did the cover. Let me try and find the credits page.
All right.
I hate these annual credit pages.
Stuff, but it's sold out so fast.
Yeah. Why can't they just put the credits page on the first page? Why do they have to stick it somewhere random in the middle?
Art.
It's what it did.
This doesn't even have a credits page. Or not one that I could find. Yeah, it's Stoko. I don't know who did the cover though. Let's go on League of Comic Geeks.
All right. Man, this really was a light week for everybody, but I mean that's not necessarily a bad thing. It's a good thing for me because I just moved, obviously. But
Oh yeah, perfect timing. You don't feel like you miss. You don't feel like you miss out.
Who did you say the cover artist was? Sorry,
I thought it was In-hyuk Lee.
he did the variant cover.
Oh, I follow him
that's
on.
why.
The,
I follow
the main
him on,
cover is Derek Chu.
Insta.
Okay.
In-hyuk Lee.
How do you guys feel about this idea about the Joker continuing series coming out?
Oh, I don't even.
I
What do you mean? Like
it's written
like
by James Tynan.
Do you mean like a
Yeah.
a single
It's
or
a
I mean
ongoing.
Yeah, an ongoing.
Yeah.
I don't know.
It's written by James Tynan, so I trust him. I trust Tynan.
I think I'm a little sour of even though the Joker's dope.
No, I'm tired of him.
I think I want to pick and choose.
You just saying you're tired of him brings me on to my sort of point, which is if he's going to be doing his own shenanigans in his own book, that means he's not going to be in Batman, which means we get a break from Joker in Batman, which I'm excited for.
Yeah, but I don't know. I'm just saying that if you took 2 years off from doing a Joker story of any kind, I would be fine with it. There's so many other characters in Batman universe, you know?
I agree. But hopefully him having his own series means we're not going to have him in Batman for 2 years.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, that's true. And this is going to be the first time that he's had an ongoing series since the 70s, I think, which will be interesting. But
yeah,
I kind of think...
I trust... Has my camera frozen again?
Yes.
Fuck's sake.
No. Yes. No. Yes.
Yeah, I kind of feel the same way. I don't know. What if, hey, Ty, is it, do you, for me, I feel like, I don't know if I necessarily liked the Joker in the run. Like, you know, like, I'm cool with the Joker and everything, but if you asked if that was my particular favorite, like, Joker style of whatever, I don't think it was, you know, like, in the Tynan run.
What do you mean in the Joker War?
Yeah, like that Joker particularly. Like, I don't know if I
don't
think
mind it.
I'm wondering if, like, for me, I feel like that might be the reason why I don't want to. I was kind of like, I remember, I don't know if on one of the podcasts we talk about the end, and I said, like, I was kind of like, he got away, you know. So I was kind of like the guy, kind of, you know, to keep on keeping on with him. So I don't know.
Well, it kind of takes away from. Okay, it's like this. I heard this once. I love ice cream, but I don't want to eat it every single day.
Yeah.
You know, as much as I can appreciate Joker, I don't want to have him in every single friggin' storyline. Sure. I want more Riddler. I want more Bane. I want more Penguin. I want a lot more. I don't remember the last time I read a Two-Face story outside of this latest Detective Comic story. I mean, there's just not a lot.
It was probably Tomasi's last Two-Face story in New 52 Batman and Robin that was the last Two-Face story.
That's what I'm saying. Is like there's so many Batman comics out there, and I don't want to collect all of them. I just want to collect
how about a Professor Pig Black Label? That would be cool.
I like Professor Pig too. I think he's a fascinating character. There's a lot of really cool characters that I just don't think are utilized.
He is a good horror character.
Yeah, horror. Yeah. He's horror. He's scary. Like, or his concept is what he does. Like, it's like, that's horrifying, dude. Scaring the shit out of me.
Killer Croc.
Yeah, Killer Croc. A nice. The couple times I've read Killer Croc in I think he was in a Joker one and he was in a Batman collected I had, but it was cool because it was always more humanizing him, and it was really neat character.
Yeah,
really bringing him into like a. You don't think of him as like this crocodile running through the sewers or some shit, you know. You see him as a person.
You just saying that there was an issue of the recent Detective Comics run. I think it was 1026. I want to say, just a guess.
Yeah,
where at the end,
that.
Yeah, at the end, Batman's like he calls Wayland by his name.
It has to be the one I read because I didn't. Whatever one I read of was it 1027?
No, this is recent within the last 6. It wasn't. No, there was a Bendis story where he was the villain, where he was accidentally murdered the guy.
1027.
Yeah, that was the Bendis story. Yeah.
Okay.
But there was another one where he was the bad guy of the story, and It might have been
Okay.
1028 or 2029. But at the end, Batman calls him Waylon, and
Yeah, I
Killer
read
Croc's
that.
like,
I don't know what that
"Thank you
was.
for."
Yeah. I don't
It was a
know.
main issue of the run. I can get to that now. But he was like, "Thank you for remembering my real name and not just calling me Killer Croc."
Listen, if I had,
Well, because he is a person, and the different incarnations of that character are fascinating. But I think that
it was 1026.
Okay.
Here's a nice little look at the cover for you.
Nice.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's Kenneth Rockefort, who is also amazing.
I like his individual panels, but like the layout of his pages sort of feel a bit weird to me because he's got like those weird like little symbol things that fly around, like the shapes and stuff.
Sure.
How did I end up looking at these?
I like his individual panels though. Like his artwork is good. It's just his page design that I find a bit strange.
Sure.
Ooh, who has the best page design? That is a good. There are some
Manipul.
people out there who are king shit on page design alone. Like just the way they lay out a panel and a page is amazing.
Look at literally any Andrea Sorrentino book.
He is very good, but I also do love Francis Manipul. Like the way
I will give it to.
He does good sequential art.
J.H. Williams with his.
Yeah, he's good.
His what do you call them? What do you call them when they go across spreads? What are they called?
Two-page spreads.
Splash. Yeah, those giant. That dude.
Yeah, 2-page spread.
Have you guys ever read Promethea at all? It's cool.
Mm-hmm.
It's an Alan Moore book. It's cool. It's a neat concept. It's actually a really good book. But the art.
I actually been looking at that.
The art is like unreal because she becomes like the god of imagination, and that's kind of the play on the art, imagination, and it's fucking sick. Imagination's dope. So his art is dope. So cool shit. Yeah, we should really try to find like some good portfolio pages of the people you were talking about. Like find some shout out, like we'll have to find some pages, like, and I'll try to find some out of Promethea that were really. He's in everything though. Like J.H. Williams, it's not just in Promethea though. Like he does splash pages. I think in almost every effing comic he draws, like it's always splash. It's cool. So you can tell it's kind of ingrained. It's ingrained in him. Like that's what he does. It wasn't just for the book. Like that's his thing. So it's cool. I'll have to check out. What's his name? Sorrentino.
Yeah, Andrea Sorrentino. He does the art for God Country, and he did Green Arrow during New 52
as well.
Yeah,
dude. God Country's art was sick. Yeah.
Not God Country. Gideon Falls is what I mean.
Gideon Falls. He did Joker art though. That was cool. The Killer Smile. I like that art a lot.
Yeah, he did that.
Trippy art. Cool shit. Damn.
A lot of the Gideon Falls layout.
Let me go grab the Joker now that I have something.
Gideon Falls, I'm going to check out now it's all finished. I'm going to binge read it all. If you want to do a bonus episode on it at some point,
I just bought the last issue.
Yeah, I'm down to binge read it if you want to do a bonus on it.
Yeah, I mean, I'm going to binge read it too because I had to stop for a little bit, but I would love to. Ooh, what's he got?
He's got
butts into that.
The Killer Smile. Yeah.
Ooh,
this was a cool book. The inside of the book, like his little.
Wait a minute. Did you get a sleeve for that Joker Killer Smile stuff, or is that the collected edition?
Collected edition. Yeah, like that slipcase thing to put the protective cover. Yeah.
Here's the singles.
Yeah, dude, this guy, like this shit was awesome. Like Punch. I know it's hard to.
Exactly, dude. This is what I'm saying. Andrea Sorrentino is that level of artist that you're just like, how does he do it?
Yep. Let me try to find some cool ones. They were really cool.
Here, hang on a second.
This was a neat story. It was really like it was one of those trippy. I don't know. By the end, it's like it sucks you in. Like the character he becomes like.
Yeah, it was a weird story, and yeah, it was great.
There's some criticisms that people had about it that I don't think are really all that valid, which is that it wasn't too much of a Joker story, and it was about this
with a mighty.
Like, but look at how it affected him.
I love that shit.
Yeah,
that mighty crook. It's fucking awesome. Oh, this shit! Like that was an awesome panel,
dude. All of his panel layouts are insane.
Yeah, great colors too. Who did the colors? Do we know? Does he do his own? Oh, okay. We have Jordy Bell. That Jordy Belair. Does that sound familiar? See the
Jordy
colorist?
Belair.
Belair's great. Yeah, she's great.
Yeah, well, the colors are outrageous. Like honestly, it's I don't know if you guys can see, but it's a she.
I think so, yeah.
It's like 3-dimensional. Like this, I don't know. Like it's colored like 3-dimensionally. Like you can see the dots on it, like the way it's done and shit. So like when you look at it, it's like 3D glasses. It f's with your eyes, is what I'm saying. Really cool. Neat.
It looks like Jordy Belair is feminine. Yes.
Cool.
Yeah, she is a she.
Oh yeah. All right. Word up. Well, we're down to 12. What do we got to talk about? 12 minutes. What can we do? What can we accomplish? Want to do polls?
I'm gonna
or-
actually let you guys know that I'm actually running out of mobile hotspot data, so I think I'm actually gonna have to bow out because
All right.
I am running low on data.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. Thank you
Yeah.
for stopping by. That was great. Glad you could make
nice
it
to
still.
join in. Yeah, cool.
I'm trying.
Yeah,
but this
that's
move
great.
was a little bit killer. I spent a lot of money.
Yeah, it sucks moving, man. It does suck.
But
pain.
I'll see you guys next week.
Hell yeah.
See you guys.
Yeah, man.
Same bat time, same
Oh.
bat channel next week.
By the way, my pick of the week is definitely that Amazing Spider-Man issue 55.
Cool. Hell yeah. It's good to
Stay
it's
classy,
good to
guys.
it's good to know. One's a Spider-Man issue can make it into the top for so many weeks. Yeah. I'm glad. See ya.
Later,
See you
guys.
later, mate. Yeah, I'm just gonna mention the future state issues that come in next week that me and Dave are gonna check out some of them at least. I think.
Yes, sir.
Let me just grab them all up. So next week we have Future State, the next Batman, which I'm checking out. Dave?
Future State, the next Batman.
This is the John Ridley one.
Maybe. We'll see. I have to keep going through them. I gotta get a count too.
Yeah.
I might as well.
So this one is dealing with the next Batman, as given by the title. Written by John Ridley, art by Nick Darrington, so I'm going to check this out. It will hopefully be great. We have Future State Wonder Woman, written and drawn by Joel Jones, and colours by Jordy Belair,
Yeah, that looks pretty.
who we just mentioned. This is bringing in a new character, Yara Flor. And Josh, did you say you were going to check out Wonder Woman?
I'll take a look at it when I get to the shop on Wednesday.
Okay, cool.
And if it, looks good, maybe I'll pick it up.
Yeah, okay. Well, based on the artist, I know it's going to look great, but whether it reads great, it's another story.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So
that
we'll
did
have
look
to wait and see.
Did look really fire. The art's pretty.
Yeah. But yeah, I'm going to check this out because I'm a massive DC slut. Next we have Superman of Metropolis #1, written by Sean Lewis, who me and Dave have been enjoying on Bliss
Yes.
Image, which has been great. So hopefully his Superman is as good.
Yep. Is that the one with John Kent on the cover?
Yeah, this is John Kent.
Wait,
yeah.
and he looks skinny or something, right? Doesn't he look like elongated? Is that
He
cover?
Yeah, he looks more lean than
Yeah, he
Clark,
looks like yeah.
Still ripped. Much better shape than I am.
Yeah, but does he look elongated? Like I can't remember the cover. He kind of looks like tall. Yeah, he looks elongated. Yeah.
Lovely. Yeah.
I see that. I just wanted to make sure. Yeah.
And this has a few backup stories in it. So we have The Guardian Part 1 and Mr. Miracle Part 1.
Yeah, that's
which
cool.
are written by Brandon Easton, and it doesn't really say who's writing for different stories, which is helpful. But yeah, John Kent as Superman should be good, hopefully.
Interesting. Mr. Miracle's part of this little thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, and this is the Shiloh Norman Mr. Miracle, so not the Scott-free one.
So what does that mean? I'm sorry. I know that's not the original. It's the other person who.
This was the original Mr. Miracle's apprentice before Scott.
Apprentice, yeah, the apprentice. Yeah, that was.
Yeah.
Okay. Gotcha.
Yes, I'm going to check that out. We also have Future State Harley Quinn, written by Stephanie Phillips. I'm probably not going to check this one out because I'm not a fan of the character, really.
Yeah, I'm cool on the Harleys. I got my Harley right now. I got the ones I like.
If it comes out and I hear this is her definitive story, you need to check this out. I might check it out, but I'm not going to rush to it.
Yeah.
It depends entirely on the reviews and reception of it.
Yeah, because I mean, what? She'll have 2 future state issues, and then she'll go into her own number 1.
Yeah, with the same
Yeah,
creative team.
yeah.
So
So
this is
we'll
a
see.
new art style for Harley, right?
She
Sorry?
will.
A new
She
style.
doesn't. She looks kind of like
Outfit.
anime, doesn't she? Like, doesn't she
This
seem
is
like?
this is just on the cover. I don't know who's doing the interiors. Simone Di Mio, that name sounds familiar. What have they done?
Might be a girl.
Oh,
Mhm.
that's the artist of We Only Find Them When They're Dead.
Oh, wow. Doing the internals, you're saying?
Yeah.
Whoa, that's good art.
So, yeah, it'll look pretty inside, but whether the writing stands up, like I said, I'll check out if the reviews are good, but we'll see.
Did they do the cover too, or no?
That's a different artist doing the cover. That's
Oh,
Derek
okay.
Chu, who did the Batman
Okay.
Annual 5 cover.
Okay. Yeah, I wonder what she'll
We
look
also
like.
have. Sorry?
I wonder what she'll look like inside, because she kind of. I think
Yeah.
from the cover, she kind of seems like skinny anime. Like, I don't know. I can't. Not like drawn specifically anime. Just like, I think she looked thin or something, and I just like had that vibe of like she seemed like lightheartedness or some shit. I'd have to
Maybe,
see the
yeah.
cover again.
We also have Future State Swamp Thing #1, written by Ram V and art by Mike Perkins.
Okay, that's cool. It's
So this is
nice.
something me and Dave are going to check out.
Yeah, I'm hoping that I can keep reading Swamp Thing when it, I hope it's good, and like it's like I have an idea of Swamp Thing based on Alan Moore, and I don't really know if that's how other people perceive the character.
I'm just going to mention in the ongoing, I don't know about the Future State one, but in the ongoing series starting in March, it is a new Swamp Thing. It is not Alec Holland.
Yeah, and that's
It's a different Swamp Thing.
fine. But I'm wondering, but it's not. That's the whole thing of Swamp Thing, is what I'm trying to figure out. Okay, that's exactly what I'm trying to figure out. It's not, though. So, like, yeah, that's cool if it's another
It's a different host.
Yes.
Yeah.
But the Swamp Thing, the green, remains the same. The idea. And that's what I wonder. I really don't. I feel like it, like, dumb trying to say, like, I don't think Swamp Thing's hard to write. He seems pretty straightforward. But I think in that simplicity of the character, there's a lot of, like, that's where it all lies. Like, that's what's complex about it, is how do you write this character's actually really simple. Like, like it's very base nature shit. It's really cool, like the way he operates and shit. And how do you make that interesting? How do you grab people to read that and want to keep like, ooh, look at this? Like, you just,
This same creative team did 2 stories in the Legend of a Swamp Thing issue at not Christmas, at Halloween. And I was really blown away by the story there. It was really well told. It had an emotional
like
center.
I don't want him as a superhero. It's what I think maybe one of the he's not a superhero, and he shouldn't be one. Like, he can have some really cool moments, real powerful moments or whatever, but at the end of the day, he's just a man of the green.
Yeah.
It's cool.
Definitely, yeah.
But that's cool. I'm super excited.
Check out the Legend of a Swamp Thing issue, because it was a beautifully told story where
those are the
he did rescue someone, so it was slightly superhero-y.
Well, no, that's cool. Like, saving people from a trap, like, that's like what he does in that's what humanizes him, is that he still like reaches out and saves, like, you are frozen, Sean, I think, but
brilliant. That's not a flattering picture.
Yeah. So
not worse than the other ones.
But yeah, so I'm excited, and I'm glad Swamp Thing's getting a #1, because it gives me a reason to hop on the ongoing. Because I think if it was like Swamp Thing 320, I probably wouldn't do it.
Yeah.
I want a #1, so that's neat. I'm excited. Oh shit!
And then the last one we have is Future State: The Flash #1, written by Brandon Vietti and art by Dale Eaglesham. And this one I have heard some leaks for that do not sound too good.
Wait, can you say who? So, what is it again? Who is it? What's the
Brandon
issue?
Vietti and Dale Eaglesham.
Okay. No. What was the issue coming out?
Flash.
Oh, Flash. Yeah. Ooh.
The general story sounds bad, but if the writing quality is there, it could be redeemed. So I'm going to check it out, but I'm apprehensive because this is the same team taking over the book in March when they're the new creative team for the ongoing series.
Oh, so they've already got bad news. So it's like, who knows?
The general idea sounds bad, but like the writing could be good enough to salvage it. So I don't know. It's one of those ones we're gonna have to wait and see.
Yeah, fair enough. Hopefully it's. Well, it's weird. Like, what do you want? Do you want a giant Flash family book after at the end of this, or do you want one Flash, one story? Like, like, what do you want? What are you
Flash
looking
family.
for? Flash family. And what did
Like,
did the leaks hint at that, or did they hint against that?
Well, the future state one, I'll just give you the synopsis of the story. This is the synopsis for issue 1, so it's not spoilers.
Right.
But Wally West is possessed by an evil force that is trapped in the Speed Force, and he is hunting down the speedsters.
And it's not the blue thing inside him? It's not going to be the blue power that he's possessed by? Like,
No.
that... Okay, just wondering. Okay.
No. So we've had...
Does that kind of... Does that kind of sound like one of those, like, throwaway issues? Like, that premise? It kind of sounds like how Wonder Woman, we got to the point where, like, they felt like a throwaway issue story.
But the fact that we've just had him in Heroes in Crisis, where he became a murderer, and then they sort of tried to salvage him, and then they're diving straight back into he's possessed by an evil Speed Force spirit who's going to kill everyone. Jeez, and it's kind of like, just give Wally a break. Let the Flash family be happy for a minute.
Yeah, right.
But yeah, we'll see. Like, I'm going to check it out because I'm a fan of the Flash, but like,
I'm sorry. Are you familiar? Are you familiar with the writer or no? Are you familiar?
I am not, but he has a history in DC. He's worked on some animated projects.
Okay.
So he's got some experience there with the DC universe. So it's just.
I wonder how that really translates. That's kind of like a Paul Dino thing, where you're like, he can write a good animated series, but can you write a good comic? And do they how do they go together? And like,
Yeah.
So I think
what I have to wait and see with this, but I'm apprehensive about it.
Yep. Yeah, I'd be too if it was somebody I really cared about and some shitty leak came out on some like new shit. It's supposed to be brand new and it's got a shitty, it's getting bad traction. You're kind of like, fuck, that's not a good start.
Yeah. I'm hoping it's good, but the general story outline is a little worrying.
Okay.
But we will wait and see.
We did it.
It's a new day for DC, so I'm excited.
A new day.
And just before we finish up, I want to mention something I'm doing this year.
Oh yeah, go ahead.
I am going on a movie journey this year. So I'm trying to watch one movie a day for the entire 365 days of 2021.
I think it's doable.
Yeah, and if I don't watch one day, I can catch up on 2 one day when I have a day off or something.
True that.
But yeah, so the last few days since 2021 began, I have watched 3 movies so far. They are the new Pixar movie Soul. I've also watched The Secret Life of Walter Mitty with Ben Stiller.
Cool. Nice. That's a good one.
And a documentary, Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
Oh, I love that one.
Yeah, and these are all movies about life and embracing life, I feel. And it's a good way to start 2021 with something that makes me say, don't waste this year.
Ooh, was Walter
after a year just watching a movie?
Yeah, Walter Mitty was kind of about like, I don't think he knew. I don't think he knew he was like embracing life. He thought he was going, his own journeys in his head. Yeah, that was cool. I like that.
He was living in his own head, and then he had to go on an adventure to save his job, and it was a beautiful story. But yeah,
that was cool.
If you follow me on the old Twitter at SeanWalsh747, I am posting just sort of my ratings of each movie I watch daily.
Yeah, I like that.
As I watch them. So yeah, so Soul I gave a 8.5 out of 10.
I've seen all of those.
I really enjoyed it.
So I've seen the documentary as well. So that was a good documentary. And I don't know if I'd count it as a movie though.
It's feature length.
Okay. Yeah. Fair enough. Feature length. We'll count it. I'll count it.
But yeah.
And that's not to dog on. Documentaries have a lot of script work. Pretty crazy. They fucking do their shit.
But
that's why it's a good
them ratings daily as I watch them. So Soul I gave an 8.5 out of 10.
Why don't you shout out your week? Why don't you shout out your week too as well? Go ahead, finish your ratings, but shout out your week that you have coming up.
Yeah, I don't know the exact order I'm watching them in this week. It depends how busy work is, whether I want something heavy when I get home or just something a bit more lighthearted.
How about some that are on the that are just
I'll read out some that are on the list that are coming up. But yeah, Soul I gave an 8.5 out of 10. Secret Life of Walter Mitty I gave 8 out of 10. And Jiro Dreams of Sushi I gave a 10 out of 10.
Yeah. I think I'd give... Walter and Soul probably the same score, but it doesn't matter. I'm not
Which
the one
would
rating
be?
them. Probably
What would
eights.
your score be?
Eights are good.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
eights
both.
all around.
Walter Mitty, I wish I could have rated higher, but like when he was at home, it felt like it was trying to be a rom-com.
Right. Yeah, I know what you
But
mean.
it was when he went on his adventure, it was
Yeah.
beautifully shot, it was beautifully directed, it was beautifully written. But
Yeah,
just
that's
when
a
he was back home in the city, it was a bit too rom-com for me.
Yeah.
Have you already figured out your films for most of the year?
I've got a few on the list, but I haven't really got too many. It's just going to be sort of, I need to sort of sit down and plan them all. But so I've added some on this episode as we've been talking. So I've got Chronicle, Creed 2. I added John Wick when we were talking about Keanu because I've never seen the John Wick movies.
Oh,
That's
okay.
3 right there.
Yeah.
Clerks, which Dave mentioned, I'm going to add that to the list.
And Clerks 2.
And Clerks
And
too.
Clerks 2. Yep, I'll watch the sequels. Don't worry.
Jay
I've
and
also got
Silent
Chef
and the tie-ins. Jay and Silent Bob Strike Back. Sorry. No, go ahead.
Yeah,
The
is
whole
that
Askew
is that the good one?
universe.
Yeah, it's the new one that's bad, isn't it?
Probably.
It's
I
the
didn't
new
see
One
it.
was fine.
Yeah.
I didn't see the new one yet, but I will
No,
watch
I
it.
heard
but-
it
It's
was
fine.
Also got Chef on there by Jon Favreau. Stranger Than Fiction was on there, which you guys mentioned earlier.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll
We've
have to
got
watch that
Midnight in
too.
Paris. Yeah, it's just a load of like sort of
Yeah.
newish classics.
How
that I should
about
have probably
Along
watched,
Came
just never got around
Polly?
to.
Have you ever seen Along Came Polly?
I have not. Am I gonna have to add that to the list?
Don't do that one.
Oh, you gotta for what's his name? Philip Seymour.
Ben Stiller.
No, Philip
Philip
Seymour. Philip Seymour's an actor that can somehow, probably one of the most dynamic actors ever, just for his whack ability to go incredibly professional and incredibly unprofessional. That's
I'll
amazing.
add it onto the list. But yeah, there's a lot of movies I need to get through this year. Like, there's so many classics I need to get through, and so many modern ones that I've sort of missed when they come out.
You gotta get HBO, so you get it to the UK, so you can watch all sorts of stuff.
I wonder
They
why
just
they're
added Mad Max Fury Road.
I've seen that. That's a very good movie.
Yeah.
Do you
I just
think
watched
it
that
should
last
have been
night.
called? Do you think it should have just? Well, this is before we leave because we're gonna sign off here in a sec. Do you think it should have just been called Fury Road?
Nah, Mad Max Fury Road was fine.
I think
For
if
the
they would have
fighting.
called it Fury Road,
you're
I would have
like
been
Mad
blown
Max.
away when Mad Max showed up. But he
No,
wasn't in
I
the
mean,
movie.
You got to get people in the seats first.
I know, but not
Yeah,
me.
true.
Not me. See, that's the problem when you're talking to when I'm doing. He's talking to me, and I'm saying you don't got to get me in the seat. I saw that. I see what you're offering, so I'm like, ugh. I just feel like I feel bad for the women and trying to make it women movies when you put the guy's name in front of it to put the bill
Yeah, I
in
get
front
that.
of it. It was a Fury Road.
Furiosa will get
You
her
could
own
have just
movie.
yeah, right, and that would have been cool because it would have been
Anyway,
Fury Road, Fury
You can
Rosa.
watch all 5 Die Hard films.
Yeah. You could watch all the 5 Hellraiser movies for horror.
There's
Think
gotta be
it's
more than
5.
5.
Yeah, I was gonna say. I think there's more.
No, the list is gonna grow as like it's gonna develop and grow. But like, I'm
Trying to
planning on
keep it-
watching one movie a day for this year.
Since it's like try to keep it to critically acclaimed, so you don't what I mean,
Yeah.
things like that, or
Well,
even like
it's
cult.
gonna be things I've been recommended, things that
Yeah,
I probably should have watched already, like things I've heard about.
like don't watch
And
what's it called, The Killer Bong 2. Like don't make that one of your movies. Like some
Yeah.
B movie horror.
Dedicate a whole month to the MCU.
Yeah.
But no, like if you follow me on Twitter, you'll see sort of my rankings daily as I make through it.
What's your Twitter,
And,
Sean?
yeah.
Why don't you tell him your Twitter?
So Twitter is @SeanWalsh747.
Cool beans. And Crave, what about
you can-
what about you, real quick? What do you got? What do you want to tell them about your interwebs? Have you want to reveal any Reddit information yet? Are we still?
Yeah, I mean, just find me on the subreddit.
Nice.
Or subreddit.
Yes.
One of them.
Yes, come to them all. So wait, Sean, do you have at least one next movie? You don't have did you already watch your movie today? Did you already watch today's movie?
Yeah, today was Jiro Dreams of Sushi.
It's
Cool.
tomorrow for him.
Yes. Yeah, what are you watching today then?
Ooh, I don't know. What have I got on this list? I'm working later, so I'm probably going to want something a bit more lighthearted. So it'll probably be Maybe chef today, I think.
Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Let us know what you think.
It'll be on the Twitter. Go like my posts.
Mm-hmm.
Cool beans. All right,
But,
lords and
yeah.
ladies, thank you for stopping by. Sorry it was a late week, but next week might be heavy, I'm pretty sure, if I can make it to the comic shop, which I should. I won't forget my wallet this time. So, cool beans. Bye, y'all. Catch y'all later.
See you later.